himself a crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover. It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
Crossover is powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com.
Hello.
I saw you. I used my peripheral vision there. I saw Gary kind of smiling out the corner of my eye. I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
He's giving it up. He's giving it to you.
It's a good teammate. Our Omaha Mavericks last night did not help us out.
Well, they did. They covered.
No, I thought it was 62.5.
Yeah,
well, the Mavs.
Mavs covered.
Oh, the Mavs covered.
Yeah,
that's what great
teams
do.
I'm saying Nebraska. I thought. Well, at first I thought
you said our Omaha Mavs.
If it gets ugly, they might beat them by 80.
Yeah,
especially since Omaha was a little late getting out of Omaha yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm texting Happer up. They're not there.
Yep,
they're not even to PBA yet, and it's like 5. Well, then.
I beat them
90
there.
minutes on the clock started in Nebraska, and Omaha was not in PBA yet.
At least they showed. At least they were there, and they weren't like Michigan State during the COVID year when they were there and they just didn't come play the game.
What happened?
They decided that they did not want to play the game that day because of concerns of
choose not to race.
But they had already come all the way to Lincoln.
And then interestingly, they were already there. And then interestingly enough, it helped them out from a seeding perspective in the Big Ten tournament. And
Didn't that happen in
super
baseball?
weird. And then we didn't have a senior day, and then we just went through senior day, and when we all played knockout in front of nobody.
Wow.
It was one of the most ridiculous things ever.
This was March what of 2020?
It was late February or early March of 2021.
Oh, so they already were like, we're concerned about COVID, even though we're already here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
but
they weren't. They just wanted to not play and get a better seed.
That's wild.
Yeah, and so we announced everybody for senior day. Congratulations, everybody! And then and then everybody joined in a big game of knockout.
That's wild.
I think I got like 9th place or something.
How many people were in the game of knockout? Was this the biggest knockout game in world
probably
history?
Like 30 to 40.
Oh my god!
Yeah, all the team, all the managers, and then whoever else wanted to join. I was like, I'm in.
That's like a top 10 in NASCAR. Like, atta boy.
Yeah,
good race, bud.
Was in there.
Why do kids still play Around the World?
Around the World is a good game.
No, we didn't.
You didn't?
Whoa. No.
You play horse?
We played horse. Yeah, played horse.
You play knockout?
Well, we grew up playing bear or bears. So
that is stupid.
Why?
You played bears.
Yeah, played bears. It's the same thing.
I know.
God.
I know. You could have played horse.
Yeah, you never played like Huskers growing up, or
no, it was either horse or pig.
Yes.
No, we played bears. It was fun.
That is so stupid.
What? It's the same principle.
I know
it's the same amount of letters,
but you had to change it to make it Chicago.
Yeah,
Bears. We had to play bears.
No, you want me to play old style?
I got an E. I got an A.
Yeah. You got 2 shots for your S.
Just play horse.
Or if you're going quick, you played bear and you get 2 shots for the R.
That is so stupid.
It just means more.
Annoying,
apparently.
Annoying or polite, the person that texts you, can I call you?
Annoying.
Sort of jarring, like
great answer, Connor.
Sort of like, whoa, what do we need?
Well, you know what?
Somebody gets died.
I didn't yell at my mom, but I got a little upset at my mom because she will be like, she very rarely goes, call me. Okay. And if she goes, call me, then I call her right away. But there was one time where I was taking a shower. I didn't have my phone. So she started pinging my phone, like on the Find My iPhone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
like
serious
started,
business.
Like ding, ding. And my dad had a heart attack 2 years ago. Okay. So if you're telling me call me and then you're pinging my phone for me to
very
call you
concerning.
Right away,
you're on high alert.
Yes, I'm very worried about what's going to come. Like, I got a grandmother that's 85. I'm very concerned what's going to come on the other side of the phone. I go and call her and she goes, who is the name of that one guy you played hockey with back when you were like 8? I'm like, you cannot be serious right now that you just pinged me for a novel name that I have no idea who you're talking about.
Just goes to show you it doesn't always have to be bad news.
I am always on bad news alert.
I think we all are.
Always. I always assume the worst. The glass is half empty.
Do you think Hunter Yurachek texted Pete Bavacqua and said, call me?
I'm glad
to deliver him the bad news.
Can you say that Bavacqua?
Bavacqua?
Okay, good. I didn't know how to say. I just kept saying the Notre Dame AD all morning.
Yeah,
today.
Pete Bavacqua.
That's a strong last name.
It's a good name. Now, what's better, Bavacqua or Jack Swarbrick?
Ooh,
that's their last two ADs. Both great names.
I'd go Bavacqua. It's got a little je ne sais quoi with it. You know what I'm saying? It's got a little, I don't know. It's just Bavacqua sounds.
I don't think a guy named Swarbrick ever would have been on this whole tirade. Bavacqua.
Well, here's a guy named Jack.
Jack would have just taken it.
Jack Swarbrick sounds like the Iowa AD. He sounds like the guy. He played linebacker there, All-American, starter for 3 years. Yeah. Comes back home. Jack Swarbrick
probably got like a doctorate. They call him Dr. Swarbrick.
Dr. Doc. They call him Doc. No one calls him. They just call him Doc at Iowa. Pete Bavacqua sounds a little like high society. Like he sounds like Pete is a dude you'd see him at a country club.
So he doesn't look like if I think of who Pete Bavacqua should look like, Pete Bavacqua, the Notre Dame AD doesn't match the name.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
Oh, I think he looks like a Bavacqua to me.
Yeah. Pete Bavacqua, he's a guy that wears, sweater vest. He's a vest guy.
Yeah.
Big,
nice
guy.
Nice quarter zip.
Exactly. Jack Swarbrick, he drinks Busch Light and and wears like a big old burly coat everywhere.
Yeah, but a strong. If you needed to get him into a dress up situation, it would be strong like houndstooth.
And he would, by the way, look dashing and just in the suit. He'd look great in the suit, intimidating in the suit.
What is Jack up to these days?
He is.
Is he like 5'4"? Like 150 pounds? That'd be fun.
I mean he's an older man now.
I think he's is he retired and he's a consultant? His name pops up once in a while.
He's got to be consulting for something.
They all do.
Everybody's always consulting.
Well, Jim Delaney is still a consultant, and he hasn't been the commissioner of the Big Ten for a while.
Special assistant to the president for athletics.
Of
what?
Like in the White House?
Oh no.
He's special assistant to Trump?
Oh, I don't know.
Jack.
I mean, he still works at Notre Dame in some form or fashion, potentially. Yeah. Do you know Pete Bavacqua was the NBC sports chair before he took over as a Notre Dame AD?
That's actually smart. That's actually very smart.
Keep it in the family.
Big time. That's a great point. They're always consulting. Like Tom Coughlin's still a consultant somewhere, right? I mean, whether it be for like a firm or a football team.
Do we remember locally Tom Bavacqua?
Yes.
Tom Bavacqua.
Meteorologist.
Yeah.
Channel 3?
Channel 3. Right? Channel 3. I'm going to look up some old Tom Bavacqua highlights right now.
Tom Coughlin is 79.
Hey, you know the other person in this photo, Matt, right?
No.
You know Trina Creighton?
No, I don't.
Oh,
haven't heard that name in a while.
She was at UNL for a long time. Instructing. You don't know Trina?
I don't know Trina.
Okay. Interesting.
Tom Coughlin was a consultant to the Raiders last season.
Tom Coughlin's like 100.
They're always
what
consulting.
What do you think you make? And also, who are you talking to? Tom Brady?
Yeah, what?
By the way,
Mark Davis?
I'd like to consult.
What advice are they getting from Tom Coughlin?
By the way, Tom Coughlin has lived every old, the guys who were born in that era, right? He was born in the 40s, right? He's lived like every life like that, like those guys, because he started in New York. He works in New York. He then moves to Jacksonville, right? Retires in Jacksonville, essentially. Then after being in Florida for 15 years, he goes, hey, I'm going to go to the desert. All the people do that. My grandfather did the same thing. Went Chicago, Florida, Arizona.
Getting too crowded here in Florida.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. They go to Florida to retire because they want to be, a little summer bird or whatever. And then they get annoyed and they're like, you know what? I need a dry heat in my life.
Absolutely. Or a wet heat in Florida.
I don't know if you'd rather be a consultant or Phil Snow. Phil Snow seems to have a good gig at Nebraska.
Yeah, but he's like active. He's really doing stuff.
He's yelling. He is yelling.
But do we really know if he was doing anything until John Butler got fired?
I don't know.
He was just kind of hanging.
But he's in there. Like he's got to be in there every day.
Oh yeah, he sits there. But
I think if you got to go to remember pre-Dana being the OC, analyst Dana.
Yes,
he was just doing his job from Morocco or wherever the hell he was.
I thought,
which was nothing. Just
wasn't Phil Snow just living at his house?
Watch the tape. Tell me what you think.
Wasn't Phil Snow just retired, hanging out with his wife?
Yeah,
this
chilling?
Year? I don't think so.
Before he got.
Added. Yeah. But I don't think he had a title, did he?
No,
he was just unemployed.
He's like Matt Lubick working at a bank in Fort Collins that gets film from Scott Frost.
There you go. Hey, you want to come be the OC? Awesome.
I thought Phil Snow was going to be a parrot to John Butler. And I thought he'd be like, can't stop the run. Need better players.
Yeah.
And it kind of turns out he's just a parrot to probably Matt Rule.
Like
don't tell
Phil
me they're not
Snow's
good.
the guy that gets to be the interim. Like you fire the head coach, Phil Snow can be the interim.
You got to have a guy who's going to be the interim. Should something
Okay, but
happen.
I've now been convinced Eckler would be the interim.
If who gets fired?
Oh, if Rule got fired.
If Rule got fired, it would be Eckler. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
The wildness that would go on.
You remember interim AD Dave Remington?
I do.
Yeah, that was a great
That's
time.
right.
He signed everyone to extensions.
Yeah, he did.
That's awesome.
That was great.
That is great.
That was awesome.
That is
times.
sick.
Hey, Dave is a great radio interview, but when he was in that role, you couldn't get him off the air.
Yeah, right.
He just wanted to keep talking.
He's like, let's talk, baby.
So I told Josh and I did the Minnesota game together for Big Red Overreaction. And I told Josh, I go, we are going to get a call that says fire Rule, hire Eckler right now. Like we are going to get it. Sure as hell.
Mm-hmm.
We got it.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they were still well on their way to winning potentially 8 or 9 games, there was something about that Mike Eckler, man.
We're going to build the whole boat out of Eckler.
I don't know about Eckler showing up for a head coaching interview in a suit. I don't think I've ever seen him in a suit.
No. Well, we remember him at the Jet thing last year. He was
he was living out of a suitcase.
Yeah, he was still he was wearing like a blue polo.
But he didn't have like a button up, like
I didn't bring it along with him.
He looked like he just got off of the local muni.
Yeah, and they did him dirty because they put him at a table where there were some like politicians there that were all dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
And
he stands out.
He's a football coach in Nebraska.
By the way, the teal too. It was a teal polo.
Yeah, it was very light.
It wasn't like
blue.
a mute, like black or gray. Like it was a bright, vibrant polo. And also too, it was too small on him.
We had Gary wearing his yellow blazer. You always wear the same blazer.
Yeah, can you get a new suit? You've lost a lot of weight. Get a new suit.
We will. We'll see my friends.
Jeez.
Either at 78th and Dodge or out west.
I told him, I was like, I would respect it, Gary. I told Gary this. I would respect it if you kept wearing the suit so you could like nonchalant show off how much weight you lost. Yeah. You're like, oh my God, Gary, you're drowning in that suit. Well, I've lost 97 pounds.
Hey, I still have my sport coat from my senior picture in high school because I love that jacket, but I haven't worn it in years.
Yeah. When you get something you love, you just keep
like
it.
a woman hanging onto her wedding dress in hopes that she can wear it again.
But they don't think they're going to wear it again, right?
I mean,
they just like to have it.
Just to fit into it.
We didn't have Letterman jackets in high school, but we had Letterman sweaters, and so I would.
Of course, you did at that school.
Yeah,
pretty classic.
I knew I was well, we could buy Letterman jackets if we wanted to, but we were given sweaters for free, and so it was so I had to close the yearbook when I moved out here to Omaha. I was like, I can't bring this everywhere I go.
No, you shouldn't.
But I brought it to college because I was proud of it.
Did you wear it?
No. I wore it around the house, like if I got cold, but I didn't wear it out. I didn't be like, oh, look at my 2 hockey patches here.
Awesome. That'd be fun.
And my 1 acting patch because I was in school.
So you don't have it with you anymore?
No,
it's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
I'd like you to wear it one day.
I would if I had it. I would as a joke. I mean, but like I no longer have it. I go back to Chicago.
I'm sure it won't add to the stereotype of your high school.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, our high school is a bunch of bums now. But now they're asking me they took away all the rules. All the kids, you don't have to cut your hair anymore. You don't have to shave your beard anymore. They now have like Notre Dame College Prep used to be so much better at athletics when they didn't have air conditioning. Okay. When there was no air conditioning in that school, that bred toughness. Okay. There was nothing like being in Mr. Malikai's class in August 27th, and it's like 89 degrees, and you're sitting next to the window, and your cotton, 100% cotton shirt, it's sticking to your back, and there's no escape. Okay. Now these kids are all spoiled. They have AC. They don't have to worry about Swanson coming up behind them being like, you got to cut your hair. They're soft. All these kids are soft. That's why they haven't won a playoff game in years.
Ooh, Kelshi is advertising.
Travis?
No, Kelshi. Not this cereal either.
Isn't that a clothing brand?
What's Kelshi?
Kelshi is a betting site where you bet futures. Like yesterday, for example, I went on there and you could guess what word President Trump would use at his rally in Pennsylvania.
God.
Yeah, you could
guess.
That was not on there.
Oh, it
Yeah.
wasn't. Okay.
That was not available.
Well, that's not fair.
So Polymarket and Kelce are taking over, and so like the FanDuels and
Mhm.
DraftKings are upset at Kelce because it is kind of it also has sports betting,
Mhm.
but you can bet on all kinds of things. Like
I'm
what
so
is
glad
Brent
I
gonna
watched
say
that
today?
episode of South Park that talked about this, or else I would not understand what the kids are doing.
This
today.
is huge.
I know,
What will Powell, who I'm assuming is the head of the Federal Reserve,
Yes.
what will Powell say during his December press conference? Pandemic, 51%. Dot plot, 54%. Will Trump release any of the Epstein files? Which, by the way, if you made that bet and it was a no and he never released it and then you got your money back and then he eventually did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when does it pay out?
When does it pay out? I don't know when the payout is. Deb, here's one right now. If you want a real future, Democratic nominee for president in 2028.
Oh, who do we got?
Gavin at 37%, Newsom.
Josh
And
Shapiro?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez,
AOC.
Yikes.
What is that percentage?
10%.
What about Josh Shapiro?
There's only two of them on here.
Oh.
It's just Gavin and maybe I can click on
It's
it
a
here.
rough.
Oh, Gav.
Let me look. It's Gavin. It's AOC. Oh, we got Josh Shapiro, 6%.
Okay, there you go.
And then we got Kamala Harris at 5%, Mayor Pete at 5%, Gretchen Whitmer at 4%, JB Pritzker, okay, at 4%.
Big politics.
I think
guy
he's a
over here.
legit candidate.
Okay, JB.
2028 is
That's
a
your
long way
governor.
off.
It ain't.
You got any takes
Nope.
about JB?
No.
What side
No.
are you on? He seems to be battling with the White House. Which
Yeah.
side are you choosing?
He's just really lucky at casinos, I guess.
I don't know what.
I don't understand that reference.
I
He
don't either.
apparently won like a couple $1 million gambling, and he got like really lucky.
Isn't he? He's a card player, right?
I don't know, but just there's a lot of things that have been going on in Illinois politics
A lot of things. You know why they call it the Windy City, right?
because we talk a lot of crap.
Oh, because
That's
of the windy politicians. Yeah.
Well, it's crap
The-
talking.
The breeze. The
Ga-
breeze.
gas
shooting the
bags.
breeze. Yeah.
He's windy.
Wow.
I thought a lot of people like him. How
Yeah.
people like him?
I'm sure they do.
Maybe people on Matt's side of the aisle don't.
That's true. He did go to that private school.
I was called Matt McLib for like 3 months on this radio station. So you got to pick a slant here. All right.
Nope.
We're not sure. There's no way to know.
Yeah,
No way to
because you know what? I'm not studied up enough on politics, right, to talk about politics.
Yeah, but you had some takes on Mr. whatever his name was.
Exactly. You don't even know his name. It's fine.
I don't know anything about politics.
Exactly. That's
It's
why.
a good way to get out of any conversation.
I
have no
seriously.
idea.
Well, I had a
I
girl
don't know who
ask.
that guy is.
I had a girl-
really don't.
I had a girl ask me. She's like, "Who did you vote for?" And I'm like, I'm like not really into politics. It's not like a big deal or anything. She goes, "It's a big deal to me." I go, "Okay, but like I didn't really get into it or anything like that." She's like, "That's actually a worse answer than you telling me that you voted for somebody or someone I didn't like because you're not doing your civic
Have a
duty."
take.
And I'm like, you know what? Are you ready for the bill? I'm ready for the bill.
Yeah, we might not be a good
Yeah.
fit.
Yeah.
Was this recent?
This was back in college.
All right.
Got
Well,
the-
you're in a college town. Got a lot of libs. They want to know where you stand.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like
I-
she really wanted you to say
if,
one
if,
particular
if she goes,
thing.
she goes, where do you
Exactly.
stand? I'll just get up out of my chair. I go, I stand right here.
I'm
Here's where I'm standing.
Stand
Standing
for America.
Far away
Whatever's
from
good for America
you.
is good for me because I live in America.
Mm-mm-mm.
People will never know. I want to see more Kalshi trading future markets here.
Go ahead. Tell me about him.
I got to reload. This computer sucks. God.
Is this an Omaha, old school Omaha sweater that you have on?
No, this is I didn't put bleach in, and so it looks like cream colored, even though it should be white.
It kind of looks old school. It kind of looks like an old UNO
Yeah.
football.
I just didn't wash it correctly, and so it just looks a little creamier than whiter. And
also,
also,
it's Nike.
Also,
Isn't
too,
there a apparel provider Adidas?
I got to go and get a stain remover.
Dear God,
Yeah.
what did you spill?
I was cooking Thanksgiving dinner in the sweatshirt.
Why would you cook Thanksgiving dinner in a white sweatshirt?
You know what? I wasn't
Great
really
question.
thinking. I just had it on. I used to dress up for Thanksgiving at my house because we host. I don't really care. I just wear sweatpants and a hoodie.
Sure.
So I was just cooking in this, and then we had watched some things out, and then
You ever heard of an apron? Maybe you could use one. Maybe I'll get you an apron for
that'd
Christmas.
be great. I would love that. I'd actually,
I'll get you an apron.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right.
But no, I didn't realize it.
I'll
until
embroider it.
I showed Gary my sweatshirt. I
Matt
go, hey,
McLib.
I go, hey, look at it. And then I was like, oh, there's a lot of stains down here. And then I folded it up, and Gary did his classic, just shaking his head at me, being like, you disgusting slob. Michigan is 22% to win the men's college basketball championship.
They
How about
they might be pretty good.
Oscar Best for Actor, Timothy Chalamet, leading the pack, 51%.
Where's Nebraska on the poly bucket?
Oh, okay. I can find that. On the Calshi bucket.
The Calshi
I
bucket.
don't know if it'll be on the cow sheet bucket.
No, everything's
Might
on the
have to
Calshi
scroll
bucket.
Way down.
No, it's fine.
Is there Lady Cal sheet bucket?
Like there's Miss Bart,
Bart,
Lady Torvik.
Lady Torvik.
Lady Torvik. Lady Torvik said that Nebraska was going to win by 53 last night, and I think they did exactly that, right?
They were
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah.
Vegas doesn't know women's basketball.
But Lady Torvik does.
How about Amy Williams being asked in the postgame?
Yeah,
She knew what the spread was.
that was funny. She was
Whoa.
like, "No, I did not. I did not know about that."
How about Sipple asking Matt Rule, did he go to a random person's youth basketball game?
That was also funny. This moment in press conference history.
What happened between Sipple and Peterson? I got
I listened to it on my
I-
way home
I-
last night.
I
It was
got-
very funny.
I got wind of a spat that went down on unsportsmanlike conduct.
yeah,
Whoa.
I think Sipple.
They are talk about different sides of
He
the
came
aisle.
in a little hot. He came in a little, maybe kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And you could tell. Yeah, he was ready to lock horns.
We've never got an old man Sipple before.
What was
You
he
never
upset
know.
about?
The debate was over whether Donovan Raiola and Dayton Raiola not being here anymore affects Dylan
So
at all.
and Sipple and he said on our show, he very much was on it doesn't really affect Dylan and he actually wrote an article.
And Josh was just like, "Come on, man! He
it
doesn't
has
affect
to
him at
a
all."
little.
Yeah. He wrote an
And
article.
that was the whole thing.
Sipple wrote an article yesterday about the relationship between Rule and Raiola and how it's not a foregone conclusion that he might enter.
Of course it's not. He's got to get a better deal.
and everything like that. So that makes sense if that's what. And also too, if we're talking about Matt McLib over here in sides of the aisle, I would say Peterson and Sipple probably are on the opposites in terms of some of their opinions on the current state of Nebraska football.
You might say that.
You might say that. All right, let's do. How about this? Time Person of the Year short list.
Hasn't this already been announced?
They did Athlete of the Year.
Yeah, Asia Wilson won that one.
How about Glenn Powell?
No, these are. I'm going to be real with you
Oh.
guys. I don't really know a lot of these
Leo.
people. All right, so there's Sam
Zelensky?
Altman.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
CEO of OpenAI.
yes.
Oh, okay. Jensen Huang. All right, then they got Mamdini, right?
Jensen
Mamdani.
Wong, CEO of
New York
NVIDIA.
City.
Yes.
Yep, Mr. Mamdani.
Mamdani. And then they got AI, which would go like it's not a person. AI isn't a person.
That would be quite something if they said AI.
And then they got-
were
Great
person
point
of
by
the
you,
year.
Matt.
Great
AI is
job,
not a
Alan
person.
Yeah.
Famously.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oh,
Okay.
Knocked that one out the park. Kendrick Lamar.
Netanyahu,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar is up for time.
Yeah.
Prime Minister of Israel.
Kendrick Lamar is between Benjamin
He-
Netanyahu and Pope Leo the 14th.
Oh, I know him.
People forget Kendrick Lamar called Drake a pedophile during the Super Bowl
Yeah.
halftime show this year.
Give him the man of the
Yeah, a lot
year.
of stuff happened since then, but yes.
Say Drake.
And then Mr. Pope, of course, he got the White
I
Sox the
would
first
think
pick.
Pope.
He did.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Rock-Chalowski. What a name for a. By the way, the Polish population over in Chicago loving Rock-Chalowski
I bet.
being the number one overall pick. I can't wait for them to get 7 prospects for him in 2032. It's gonna be one hell of a haul for the Sox, baby. Lock and load them.
Nice. Nice.
Maybe the
I don't
Royals
think
go ahead and give all their prospects away for Rock-Chalowski.
They already got a shortstop.
Well, at that point, he'd be a Yankee. So
No, he would not.
I'm
be.
kidding.
He is
I'm
on a
kidding.
13-year contract. Thank you.
I will say that Bobby, just like Patrick, will play their entire career in Kansas City.
That's right. Thank you.
Zelensky is 7%.
And Salvador Perez.
Do you know do you know who has an equal shot at winning Time Person of the Year as Donald Trump? Bad Bunny.
Oh, nice. He was awesome
on the cover.
They're both at 11%.
Kendrick and Bad Bunny.
So good in Happy Gilmore too.
I would say no. President T and Bad Bunny on the cover together.
I would love if Time Magazine had to cover Happy Gilmore too.
When does the
this
Man of the Year
market,
get announced?
I don't know, but this market has shifted. At December 8th, it was 74% Trump, 57% Huang, 54% Altman. Now, today,
Second week of December, often a Thursday morning.
It's 19% for Altman. So I mean, it's a wide open race. This is like the draft lottery for the NBA.
Oh, this has got to be announced tomorrow. Then.
Really?
Yeah.
So they like announced it on the Today Show.
Yeah, something like that.
I would think Mr. AI would.
That'd be my guess.
Just AI or the CEO of AI?
The CEO.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Will Supreme Court rule in favor of Trump's tariffs? 54 or 76% say no.
No comment.
What will Taylor Swift say during the Late Show with Stephen Colbert?
Oh, is that coming?
She's on there.
I guess she's on the Late Show with Colbert coming up.
Okay. What are your options?
So, poet, 51%. Wedding, 50%.
Oh, that's it.
Documentary, 50%.
Documentary.
Life of a Showgirl, 40%. Engagement/engaged, 39%. Cat, 33%.
Tat?
Cat.
Oh, cat.
Cat.
Yeah, she loves talking
She
about
will
cats.
be on Stephen Colbert tonight.
I would bet this one. Bread, 31%. She's into sourdough now. She's really into sourdough. That's like her new thing.
Seems like more of a Jimmy Fallon topic.
Yeah, you know what? I think when guys get older, they get into golf.
War.
And and when women get older, I feel like they get into sourdough.
Bread.
That could be the point, but they also could be younger. Have you seen on your TikTok Drake May's wife?
Oh, she's great.
No.
She's awesome.
So she cooks.
She makes bread?
You don't really ever see Drake May.
She bakes.
Yeah. It's
she bakes.
Drake May wife
It's
baking.
not like a professional, oh my gosh.
But
it's actually very like, oh man.
Drake May talks wife's viral baking videos and more on WEEI.
Yeah. She's very mom.
Whoa.
Yeah, she
gives a hell of a headline, Connor.
She likes like a good Midwestern mom.
Yes.
Like periodically he'll be in the background, like passing through.
But
he's not involved in
Ann Michael has already gained over 195,000 followers on her account where she posts videos of her kitchen creations like focaccia, lemon raspberry cookies, apple cinnamon bars, and chocolate chip cookies.
Wow.
During the holiday season, Ann Michael has also run a month-long online challenge called Bakemas, where she bakes a new treat every day from December until Christmas.
Oh, I have a dilemma here. And so I got a Christmas gift. Okay.
That's a dilemma.
But it's an advent.
That's a dilemma.
Okay. It's an advent calendar. I got a Christmas advent calendar, but it's 12 days. And it's of my brother got this for me. It's a smoker for whiskey. It's a digital, it's an electronic smoker for your glass for whiskey.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
And I'm in on it. It's great.
I don't like smoked whiskey.
Well,
I've
never really had it before, so I've been trying to smoke glasses. But the problem is that it's an advent calendar, and I just want to rip open the entire box and get all the things I need to go ahead and smoke.
Advent calendar will teach you patience.
Exactly, and it's like part of me is like
my daughter has a Bluey advent calendar. It gives her a new Bluey book every day.
But here's the thing: that I'm a grown man, and I'm like, no one's stopping me from opening all these things up right now.
Other than societal pressure.
Exactly. And other than precedents. And also I could just tell Chris, oh, it's a great gift. Yeah, I opened them all, I could just lie to him. He wouldn't care, whatever. Right. But it's just like, I don't know, man. There's hickory. I know there's hickory wood chips in there and I want the hickory smoke. And I know I got to rip through the box to get it, but I don't want to be the Richard that doesn't go with the advent.
It's one of the cool things about being an adult is you could just buy yourself a Christmas gift and just have it.
Yes.
It is cool. So I don't know who gave you the advent calendar.
My brother.
All right. Well, then it's a gift. So you have to wait.
I have to wait.
Yep.
Full question up at Happer Show. Is an advent calendar too much pressure?
It's a lot of pressure.
Hey, for little kids, because they know there's candy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
By the way,
sneak down.
We did 3 years in a row, mini dinosaurs. Oh, let me tell you.
Did we make it through the entire?
We did.
Okay. Good patience. Good.
Yep.
That is good parenting by you and your wife.
I like other people here in the chat that are concerned about me now gambling on Kalshi, as if I need more things to gamble on.
Yeah, it is a
You
bit.
should. You
It
can
is a bit
expand. It's
concerning.
outside of sports.
No, I don't. I don't want to expand. All I do is consume sports, and I'm bad at sports gambling. All right. I don't know anything about politics. You think I'd be good at gambling on this stuff?
Well, those are the people that win the March Madness brackets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the people in your office who
So-
never watched a game.
So can I be like Carol from accounting, but when it comes to Kalshi and politics?
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe that's the
Crap,
the
you
point.
guys got me convinced.
That's the play.
That's the play.
I guess I'm depositing money, baby. Let's go. Supreme Court, say no. Just say no.
You see, Philip Rivers has his number is back, but the guy that he is replacing had that number.
That's right.
So Daniel Jones just gave up 17. So
Whoa.
Philip Rivers can have his 17 back.
Yeah, it's just I mean, Philip Rivers is
I
going to
don't
be
need
there
it.
next year. Yeah. Daniel Jones won't be available to play for a year.
What do you
so.
think it'll be like in the locker room? Like people coming up to him going,
Hi, Grandpa.
"You're 44."
You're a grandpa.
I think the press room's down there, sir.
All right. Well, you guys have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Gary.
Enjoy.
do
Was
you
there a
got?
lot of excitement at PBA for tonight's men's game? Did you
There-
read a lot of promos?
There was some brewing excitement. Yeah. And then they got to beat Wisconsin in the blood drive too.
Yeah.
So,
What the hell?
That is like a big deal.
oh, it's
They
a
really promoted
huge deal.
that. Like, what does Nebraska get out of it?
I don't know.
Pride.
They won last year.
But apparently that's worth a lot.
Life
Nowadays.
saving?
You know what? As a college kid, though, you don't get any money for donating blood. You got to go to
Plasma.
the corner there on
Yeah.
what 15th or 16th and
It's
for
16.
plasma.
Yeah.
Platelets. Yeah.
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 Ked plasma.
That's
if
the
you
way
go,
to make money.
you can get if you go every 6 days you can go, or 4 days maybe, you get
Whoa.
like $1,000 in bonus bets. So
in bonus,
Bonus
bets.
it's
Bonus
well,
bets?
bonus money, but it might as well
Whoa.
be bonus bets, you know. They like so after a month you can only get like.
Did you
100
ever
every
do
time.
any Solarion studies? with-
No, I didn't, but I almost did it. That's when you just get messed up, right? And then
Correct. They shoot you up with whatever.
No, I never did that, but I donated plasma, and then I took my plasma, and the lady would go, "Are you gonna go drink tonight?" And I go, "Yep, yeah, I am." She's like, "All right, well, Gatorade and like Coca-Cola would work, and a lot of water." And I'm like, "Perfect." And I would go to Brothers, and I'd put my blood money right down on the counter and get me some Long Island iced tea pitchers, baby.
That's crazy.
Hey, when
Whoa.
you go to that plasma center in Lincoln, it is depressing.
Oh,
'Cause you walk in there and there's just nothing but college students.
I've never
really
shared
is.
my
Make some
plasma
buck,
with
make some
anyone.
money.
And it's a lot of people who really know how to squeeze a stress ball. It's just a lot of people just going at it. How can I get out of here as quickly as possible?
Oh.
They
It
do pay
really-
you, though. I went to Harris Labs because I needed $500, and so I did a sleep study for
See,
$500.
Dude,
Yeah.
I should do that now. Screw announcing
Sometimes
high
it-
school football.
Sometimes they'll put you up in a hotel, you know, if they think that you're going to react poorly.
Really?
They give you some real messed up stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
All right.
Let's go at it.
Yeah,
Let's
you could
do it.
always be a guinea pig.
We should find some studies for me to do to get some cash.
Well, check them out. They're
All right.
out there. They're out there. All right. That's Crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It's Wednesday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone.
A windy and colder Wednesday ahead with northwest wind still gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour during the morning drive, then gradually calming as the day goes on. Partly to mostly cloudy with afternoon highs in the low 30s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. It's the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer and Josh Hudson with you. Hello, everybody. How we doing today?
Great.
Did you blow away?
I did not.
When I woke up this morning, I saw a post that said, the light at 90th and Dodge is without power. And I had a panic attack. And then Jarrett from channel
6
from WWT, yeah, he was like, "Don't worry, we're good." And it's good now because it was like 2 hours later. I was like, "Thank God, thank God." That is not what we need.
Yeah, you got to put a rush on fixing that one.
Not what we need. The trash cans. It was trash night, and the trash cans were blown around the entire block. Wind is back, folks.
We will rebuild.
Just think. We are almost to the quote unquote dead of winter. I know how it works around here from a weather perspective. Like we really get our worst stuff in probably like late January and into February, barely into February. But if you think about it this way, the 21st, which is less than 2 weeks away, that's our shortest day of the year. It's only up from about 2 weeks from now. So before you let that seasonal depression kick in, just think, we're almost done. Josh?
We're almost done?
We're almost done. It's almost over.
Okay.
It's almost over.
What a great way to look at it.
Jimmy writes in, the winds were worse 2 weeks ago. I agree. As a person who was trying to be on an airplane that was landing at that moment in time, it was not pretty, not good. All right, so welcome to the show, everybody. It is Wednesday. Robin Washut will join us in just a moment. Mitch Sherman at 11:30. Mitch Sherman, I think at 11:30, tentatively at 11:30. If not,
is something happening?
He's got something going on. He's working on a good story, and he might have to be not doing the show at 11:30. So we'll keep you updated on that one.
Okay.
That's the lineup powered by the referees at John Higgins Weather Guard. We want to hear from you all today. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You can call or text that number, tweet at Happer Show, at Connor Happer on the JTech Constructions on Twitter feed, email Connor Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank inbox. Here's a comment. Happer from C. Griffin. Happer, before I forget, what in the bleep was that basketball game last night? 26 3-point attempts in the first half by the Skurs, an absolute grit from Omaha. Well, they came out firing and they zoned them up, you know? Nebraska had to come up with some answers to the old zone last night. Something they haven't seen very much. Whenever you want to throw a team out of their rhythm, honestly, just go zone. Teams don't know how to deal with it these days. Now, it ended up in a 50-plus point win for Nebraska last night.
But a cover for the Mavericks.
A
comfortable cover.
A comfortable cover for the Mavericks. Never really threatened that 62.5 last night. Today is Wednesday. I have an opinion. You all have many, many opinions. Opinions about me, opinions about Nebraska football, opinions about Creighton basketball, opinions about Josh, opinions about weather, opinions about traffic, things of that nature. I got an opinion about me today and to the JTech Constructions on Twitter feed from Slapping Landon.
Hi, Slapping Landon.
He says, it's been good to listen to you and Mitch this year on the pod. I also listened to Big Red Overreaction, and your immature meltdowns after Penn State and Iowa have carried over to Locked On. Be less whiny so I can continue to listen to at least one show that you're on. And
I don't know if I like you or your content.
I said, I'll work on that. I requested some more specifics. And, then he said, I have to go back and listen, but the first time all year, I've turned you off. From what I recall, you just had an immature conniption over your pretty unrealistic perception of what this season was going to be. And maybe I thought that Nebraska was going to be better. Sue me. So many of you have opinions.
We're too positive. We're too negative. Make up your minds.
We're just gonna trudge forward. This in the current state that we are in at this moment. So send in your opinions. I have an opinion. Will come up at noon today. Elsewhere, ranked Nebrasketball gets a Wisconsin Badger team tonight in Lincoln, where the Huskers are 1.5 favorites. Matt Rule obviously and predictably does not comment really on Dylan Raiola after the firing of Donnie. Whose defense is it? Let's see. I got an email from AAA this morning, so we'll have to talk about that a little bit.
I wonder what it could be.
The Notre Dame AD continues to talk, and he says some untrue things.
Really?
Yep, some untrue things. Also, I forgot to mention, we'll quickly do this. I forgot to commemorate. I always commemorate the anniversary of the 2014 American League wildcard game on September 30th every year. But this is another day I'd like to commemorate. The anniversary was yesterday. The 13-year anniversary was yesterday of the most consequential Royals trade of my life.
Whoa.
The infamous James Shields trade, December 9th, 2012, where the Royals gave up shining prospect Will Myers, and people were very, very bothered about this.
That's 1L, right? For
James Shields and some back end of the rotation righty named Wade Davis, who ended up being a critical part of their championship runs. So that is what we'd like to commemorate today. Happy 13-year and 1-day anniversary to the James Shields trade.
Congrats. I'm thrilled for you.
Thank you. Hang the banner. We'll be back. Robin Washut will join us on the other side. Get a preview on Nebrasketball tonight. Coming up on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show. Follow us on Twitter @Happer Show for all the latest news and views. We may even say something interesting once in a while.
Unlikely.
Really, guys?
plumber in town.
So you need a plumber, do you? You should call the most referred plumber in town, Backlund Plumbing.
Backlund Plumbing, the most referred plumber in town.
Zoom Drain's highly trained team of experts and our fleet of well-equipped service trucks are dedicated to providing solutions for homeowners, plumbing contractors, mechanical contractors, and business owners across many industries. Contact Zoom Drain anytime by logging on to zoomdrain.com.
Robin Washut. Husker Online. The Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Basketball in the AP Top 25 for the first time since December 31st of 2018. Robin Washut from HuskerOnline.com has seen it all, and he joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Hi, Robin.
What's up?
How are you?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
Good. Now, did you feed any of the meme makers any of the memes on Saturday or Sunday? Do I just have Baz to blame for that?
I didn't share any of them because I figured you were already getting dumped on pretty hard there. Yeah. So I did enjoy them, though. Not gonna lie, there were some pretty funny ones that made me audibly chuckle as I was scrolling.
Couple of new ones this year, which was great. Last year I think it was just the Connor Esesian greater than Connor Happer, which did reappear. But then there was the me wearing Creighton quarter zip in Homer Simpson, then wearing a Nebrasketball quarter zip, and then there was, of course, the one of me staring as if I had saw something like a train wreck before my eyes.
Yeah. That's the one I saw, which I thought was a pretty perfect application of that picture.
So from your perspective on Sunday, I think one of my takeaways and obviously having familiarity, with both sides, is fascinating to me that game, Nebraska was they totally completely flipped the script from sort of not necessarily how the games have gone, but how the programs have sort of operated over the last several years. Nebraska, as both coaches mentioned, they were tougher and they were more connected. Like, that is a really, really good thing to hang your hat on. And it was certainly enough to beat Creighton on Sunday. I don't know. Did anything in your mind change about this team given what it looked like on Sunday, or is it just kind of par for the course for this group?
Yeah, I guess just kind of looking at the metrics, I certainly didn't expect a 21-point victory, but, I thought Nebraska would win that game. And I guess the thing that stood out to me the most was, especially with some of the videos and stuff that came back, like the cinematic recap and all that stuff, where they showed like some of Hoiberg's speeches before the game, that they really believed that they were the better team. Yep. They believed that they expected to win that game. And, in the history of this series, I don't know how many Nebraska teams could genuinely say that. They could just have confidence and think that they have a chance, but to go in like saying we we expect to beat Creighton in a series that had been, very one-sided for a long time, kind of speaks to the way things maybe have shifted a little bit, where, now Nebraska has won 3 of the last 4. And, 3 of those wins have been, by double figures. And so, I think there's an internal confidence now that didn't exist 5 years ago about, their ability to not just compete with Creighton, but to go in and expecting to be the better team. So, it's a year-to-year thing. Creighton's going to, reload and, remain very much in the forefront of that discussion. But, Nebraska now has at least over the last 4 years or so, leveled the playing field a little bit, to where, now it's not like going in hoping that they can beat Creighton, and now they expect to do it.
With all that, I'll ask you this: is this the highest floor Nebrasketball, assuming health, right? Because if you lose a key player, then things change rapidly. Right. But assuming health, is this the highest floor Nebrasketball team since Fred's been here?
Yeah, I mean, just because we really haven't seen them totally bottom out. Obviously they've got increasingly more difficult competition ahead of them, but to this point, they've looked like the better team in almost every game, if not every game that they've played this season. And they've had stretches where they've kind of sputtered and didn't look all that great, but every one of those games they flipped the switch and found a way to get it done. And so I think that's kind of the difference now, is we just haven't seen them just look bad for the better part of 40 minutes. Again, there's been stretches, but overall I think the good has heavily outweighed the bad with this season. So, inherently I think that raises your floor to where, until they show that, they're capable of completely bottoming out and getting run off the court. Right now I think that there's with every game like Creighton and, Kansas State and Oklahoma and all those, it raises the level of expectation. So yeah, I'd say at this point, compared to previous teams where they'd have such great highs and then they'd also pair those with some really low lows, there just haven't been the lows with this team yet. But again, there's a whole new animal coming down tonight and starting going forward in January, where you're playing in arguably the best conference in college basketball. So there's opportunity for that floor to lower. But right now, I'd say, yeah, it's probably as high as it's been since Fred's been here.
It hits a different gear, like you sort of mentioned tonight. When Wisconsin comes to town, you go into Big Ten play, and there's always a little bit of a different edge with it. But with that being said, Nebraska is relatively battle tested. They've played a few good teams on their schedule already. Wisconsin's been playing nonstop, high major competition since Thanksgiving here. How do you? With two teams that are so evenly matched, at least according to the point spread and all the metrics and stuff like that, what is this? What does it come down to tonight for Nebraska in Lincoln playing as a ranked team for the first time in a while?
Yeah, that's kind of the next challenge now, is basically for all season, especially since Sunday, they've been hearing nothing about except how great they are, and how this team is all of a sudden getting all this love and all this hype, and you're talking about them being a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament and all that stuff. Now the question isn't just going out and handling game to game. Is how do you handle success? How do you handle expectations? We talked about that floor rising with every victory. Well, you got to make sure that it stays there. You can't have that regression, especially in league play, because that ultimately will define what this season is for Nebraska, is how much they're able to keep their head above water over the course of that 20-game league schedule. And it starts tonight. But in a league where there are no days off, you can get humbled very quickly. And so right now, everything's great. Everybody's all in on Nebraska. The hype train is chugging along, but now they've got to continue to make sure that they come with the same mentality that they did against Creighton. Go in having that confidence and expecting to win, even when the teams you're playing might open as favorites against you, or be double-digit favorites against you, like that could potentially happen over the next 2. So how this team handles success, how they keep the same approach regardless of what outside expectations and the praise that's coming out on them. That's what ultimately define this team. But I say so far, they've done a very good job of handling that. I think this is an extremely mature group with a lot of guys that approach the game the right way and handle their business the right way. And that'll get put to the test starting tonight. But from what they've shown thus far, I like their ability to handle a rare territory of being the hunted as opposed to the hunter, which, not a lot of Nebraska teams have had to experience.
Everybody talks about Mast, and deservedly so. And Hoiberg, it's very clear to see that he's a star in his role and what he does. But there's been some conversation over the last couple of days, and people have seen some of the metrics on Jamarcus Lawrence and what he has been so far this year. He's got a big matchup in front of him tonight going against Nick Boyd. I mean, it's on one hand really simple, everybody playing their role and doing their job, and so everybody looks a little bit better. But what has Lawrence meant so far with the added sort of maturity of leaving and coming back and getting reintegrated into things? I feel like he's been another guy that probably doesn't get talked about enough.
No, he does actually kind of get overshadowed a little bit, and that's to no fault of his own. But I think when you see analytics come out where he's from a overall player rating standpoint the third most productive player in the conference, that kind of catches your attention a little bit, because he doesn't put up the numbers that would suggest that. He doesn't get the headlines that other guys that you would put in that category you might assume. So I think that's kind of the surprising thing about Jamarcus is stuff like that shows how important and how critical he is to this team's success, even if it doesn't always show up. And I think it starts with just his ability to play with pace and initiate the offense at the level that Fred wants from his lead guard, and then his ability to take care of the basketball. His assist to turnover rate has been very good, and then he's developed into kind of a reliable 3-point shooter. So really every part of his game has evolved since he was here 2 years ago. And then I think the fact that he's got a new appreciation for this opportunity. I think that year away at Rhode Island humbled him and taught him a lot of lessons, not just about basketball but about life. And so he returned to Nebraska, I think, with a different appreciation and understanding about the opportunity that he has here this season. And so he's playing like a guy that has every intention to make the absolute most of this last season of college basketball for him. And when you have a guy like that is producing on the court the way that he is, but then also kind of setting the standard with how you approach every game, that's where you kind of get the separator in terms of leadership. And they got Jamarcus doing that, you got Rink doing that, you got Sam doing that, you got Price Sanford doing that. I mean, you just go down the list. That's why I talk about this team's ability to handle success and expectations. Those are the types of guys that give me confidence that they'll be able to do it, maybe compared to other teams that just didn't have a roster of guys with that level of experience and veteran presence.
Tough week this week with Wisconsin and at Illinois this weekend. Nebraska has not been ranked in two consecutive AP polls since week 1 and 2 of the 14-15 season, the year after they came off the NCAA tournament. So, Robin, will they be ranked next week? That is my question to you. Will they have 2 weeks in a row in which they are ranked? 1-1 will probably get you there, right?
I think so. It should. I mean, what they've accomplished to this point, and then if you split, Wisconsin, who right now I think is 26th in KenPom, and Illinois, who's 9th. I mean, keeping a 500 record over those two shouldn't punish you at all. Losing at Illinois should do very little to your NCAA tournament resume. That's kind of unless you just get run out of the gym by 40,
right?
Everyone's probably not going to hurt you too much. But if they beat Wisconsin, which this morning in my preview I picked them to do, then yeah, I think that they certainly remain ranked and have every reason to be either right where they are right now, if not maybe move up a line or two.
All right, Robin, have fun tonight. Enjoy. Appreciate the time as always. Talk to you later.
See you later.
Robin Washut from HuskerOnline.com. That's right. So they were ranked in Nebraska, was ranked in 3 separate AP polls during the 18-19 season, but they alternated. They were ranked in 1 week the early December, took a week off from the rankings, came back to the rankings, took another week off for the rankings, came back to the rankings. So not 2 consecutive polls since the preseason poll and the week 1 or, post week 1 poll of 2014-15. And, I guess if you want to go even more advanced, 2 different polls in the middle of the season, like around this time of year, back to back since 1994-5.
Hello. Whoa.
Yeah. Some uncharted territory if Nebraska can find a win this week and remain inside the AP Top 25. But that's not what matters at the end of the day. That's just a historical reference point that we have. We'll talk a little bit more about them as we go on throughout the show today. Thanks to Robin for joining us as always. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Headley writes in on YouTube.
Hello, Headley.
Nebraska may never lose another sporting event in our lifetimes, gentlemen. The golden age is finally upon us. It would be quite the payback if Nebraska went through years and years of this pain and the variety of different sports, with the exception of volleyball, which is included in this whole winning conversation. That's for the record. And then they just never lost again. What do they? So with the women's win last night, it moves them up to 51-0 this season in volleyball, men's and women's basketball. 51-0.
Yeah, 30, I think 32 from volleyball,
10 from the women and 9 from the men. Is that right? Sure. Is the math right on that? Either way, it's pretty impressive. to be 50 or 51-0 in all three of those sports. Maybe they could continue all the way until football season rolls around. But Nebraska will start off with the MAC trio to start the year. So they're going to be 3-0 in football next year too. Unless they sneak in a conference game in week 1 on like a Thursday or something like that.
Whoa, don't do that. Stop
I don't
saying
know.
yes to that.
I don't know what the Big Ten schedule makers are up to. Headley follows up and says, just imagine for eternity, we just win the national championship in every sport. Would it be even fun anymore?
I'd like to find out.
I would too. I would just like to see what would happen.
Baseball ripping off dubs.
Speaking of volleyball, our good friend Lincoln Arneal tweeted this out a few minutes ago. So Nebraska is undergoing a reseeding sort of process. And
I started reading this and then got I had to work.
In their volleyball arena, John Cook Arena, Bob the Devaney Center, Terry Pettit Court. Yep. Says Nebraska released its new seating chart / donation levels for John Cook Arena for the 2026 season. All of the tickets for season tickets, every ticket will be $300 for the entire season. Sounds like a great deal, right? But
for the whole season,
$300 every ticket.
Okay.
You want to sit? I mean, I'm sure these are all accounted for. But if it was a blank slate, right?
Right.
You want to sit right at the net, halfway up, $300 for the entire season. What a great deal! Now, there are going to be donation fees that are attached to this. Nebraska volleyball has to capitalize off of the fact that there is so much demand. I like to repeat this often. I have never been to a Nebraska volleyball game. I've never been to a Nebraska home volleyball game.
Same.
It is in my life, basically, since I've been around sports around here. It's been the toughest ticket for almost the entire time, whether they be at the Coliseum or now at the Bob the Devaney
And you're
Sports
Connor
Center.
Happer.
I mean, I suppose if I tried harder, like I probably could do it, but they don't. With some events around here, the tickets just find a way to end up in your hands, right? They just kind of come to you. That has never happened with Nebraska volleyball to me. I think that's a pretty good, like a relatively good insight on the demand for Nebraska volleyball tickets. So Nebraska, as a revenue generating operation, as an athletic department, has a volleyball team that's undefeated and is probably about to win a national championship and has a lot of stardom and a lot of fanfare and all those things. They have to find a way to capitalize off of this fact. So they have varying donation levels per seat. All right. So let's say if you are, like I said, logos facing you, middle of the court, lower bowl, great seat, right? Best seat in the house, like section 121 or section 119, something like that. That is in the lower preferred section, which will be all new luxury cushion chair back seating. Also, the widest seat in the arena, $2,000 donation per seat. So that $300 turns in, let's say you got two, $300, $600 over the entire season, and then $2,000 plus $2,000, $4,000. So that's $4,600 for the minimum for the season. Obviously, they would love if you donated more.
They'll let you.
They will. They will.
That seems more like what I thought they would cost. Yes.
Yeah. And guess what? Like, I think there is a conversation, like a sports-wide conversation to be had about, pricing out fans and, who are these games really for anymore? Look at all these stadiums that have gone up around these new football stadiums or these redone football stadiums where the premium seating, the best seating in the entire stadium is luxury boxes, which require, season-long donations and commitments and contracts and things like that. And frankly, a lot of them go to high-dollar sponsors or, significant boosters inside the program. And so a lot of the programs have taken, a lot of the athletic departments have taken the tact of like, okay, well, we have to serve we have to serve those people because that's our cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're getting it from. And so we have to treat those people the best. And that's a sound business decision, right? And then the money will keep coming into your athletic department. But what the fan base, and especially at a place like Nebraska, what the fan base is sort of built upon is this sort of grassroots.
Yeah,
we always support Nebraska no matter what, and I'm just going to go and wear my red shirt to every single thing that
especially
I possibly
the volleyball. I mean, that was built on just incrementally growing the game within the state.
Yeah,
and it turned into this huge thing now.
Yep, and so I understand the like, man, who is this even? Who is this even for anymore? But Nebraska has certainly over time here graduated to the big time. It's not some little. And the same thing, frankly, I mean, the same thing has happened at Creighton basketball games, right? It was kind of grassroots, like success on the basketball court. I'm going to show up. We're going to get these rowdy, great environments and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, decades later, look around what it is now. I mean, every seat around the court is sold, and different configurations of the arena and the layout, and some of it has been displeasing for fans, and some of it has been like really, really, important and advantageous for big donors and big time sponsors and stuff like that. And so, yeah, things have changed. No doubt about that. But our little old Nebraska volleyball does not operate like a little old Nebraska volleyball program anymore. It operates like a high major, like championship winning college basketball program. I would think about it more in that light.
A lot of comps,
and there's
though.
probably only a handful tops, maybe not even that much. Nebraska might be the only one, the only volleyball program in the country that sort of operates that way because they can, So
it's a moneymaker.
It is. It's a moneymaker. It's not a moneymaker for hardly anyone.
And they don't want to go to a bigger house, so they got to charge more for the seats they do have, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's unfortunate.
And that's the way we are headed. Everything is going to be monetized. Everything. Every seat. They look at it from the, athletic, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. This is how you do business, right? The athletic directors, like they literally, they have a chart and it's like, how much revenue are we getting off of this seat, this person, right? And how do we maximize that? How do we get it the most possible? And the answer that they have generally come up with is, well, let's give these people the best seats. Let's give these people the best experience. Let's widen their chairs. Let's give them more leg room. Let's put them right in the front, because that's what they paid for. And the old days of like sitting up in the suite, kind of like by yourself, and like those days are, you get the best of both worlds now, right? You can get the kind of sweet experience, but out in the open, and close to the action, right? You go to the Royals games and sitting behind home plate, like it's out in the open. You're in the stands, but you're also not in the stands at the same time. You just have the best seat in the house. And then the waiters come up to you and they say, "What would you like?" And I'd say, "I like a lot of beers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please serve me." So that is very interesting. Mitchell, by the way, writes in.
I'm Mitchell
on Twitter. These standing room only seats for Nebraska volleyball could be sneaky good. Well, maybe I get a standing room only seat for a Nebraska volleyball game.
SRO Happer.
I've had some offers over the years, just kind of haven't been able to make it happen. But it's, make no mistake about it, it's a very challenging ticket to get. That was my only point in that.
Okay.
Matt Rule yesterday.
Who?
Matt Rule.
There it is.
He was asked, as he was going to be, about the firing of Donnie Raiola, who, I don't know if you knew this is actually Dylan Raiola's uncle.
Whoa, that okay. They had the same name.
Yeah.
So I was kind of curious.
And
I never bothered to ask around.
And so I think naturally, the question, some people might not think naturally, but I think naturally the question came up of, did you talk with Dylan about, here's what we're doing here, and that type of thing. And Matt Rule kind of dodged the question and kind of was like, yeah, I mean, we talked to everybody and, I'm not going to really comment on Dylan's future. Right. So I don't want to open up a Sipple and Josh argument with you, Josh, but I believe that, as far as reading the tea leaves are concerned, to Raiola's not being here, Dayton, the younger brother, and then Donovan, the uncle who's coaching the offensive line, whether it has an impact on Dylan being here or not, I think is a question that you could discuss. But it's also like I'm also just looking at those things and I'm just reading the tea leaves, right? I'm just saying, well, if that person's not here and if that person's not here, does the third person who also shares that last name want to be here, or are they going to be here? And pair that along with Rule's comments about Dylan and what he wants to see from him in this time when he's injured and what he wants to see from him in year 3. And he was quite a lot more, a lot less protective and more sort of pointed like, hey man, he needs to take it. He needs to grab it and he needs to go get it. And all of those things. I don't think it's all that. I don't think it should be all that taboo. And I understand why people's reaction to the speculation is like, hey, that's irresponsible. But I mean, we put all the pieces together. We also know that last offseason it was, Dylan Raiola was being kind of shopped around to see what other bites were out there, what other options were out there in terms of where he could play quarterback, what compensation he was going to get, what would it look like, all the stuff. And it was at that point that Nebraska really, stepped up to the table and made it more enticing for him to come back from a monetary standpoint and from the apparatus you put around him offensively. I don't feel like Nebraska's current mindset is, hey, we need to put together the best possible package and option here for Dylan Raiola to come back. And so this is why we're going to move in the direction that we're moving offensively, whether it be with the offensive line coach or, whatever it might be. I don't feel like it's with that twinge. Last year, I felt like it was with that twinge. So I felt like Nebraska really purposefully stepped up last year and said, we want to keep you. This is the best place for you. Stay. We have to see this thing through. I don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel that's Nebraska's approach at this moment. With that being said, I think it's fair to assume, given what I just said about last offseason, that the same thing is happening right now. The same thing is happening right now in terms of what other options are out there. What do the situations look like? Can I make it work from a monetary standpoint? What gets me to the NFL? All of these things are a factor in the equation. And maybe we're just in the waiting period to see what that looks like at the end of the day. If there aren't better options, if there aren't options that are worth jumping at for Team Raiola, could he end up back here at Nebraska? Once again, we're talking about a person who's not in the transfer portal yet because the transfer portal is not open, nor has he declared his intention to enter the transfer portal, nor would he, by the way, but just so you guys know, you don't actually have to enter the transfer portal to get tampered with or to tamper.
What?
Yeah, that stuff's kind of just happening all the time. So, yeah, it's kind of funny that way. Could I see him back here? I suppose, but I just find it less and less likely by the day. And so I don't want to make it about, to go back to Josh and Sipple's argument yesterday on Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I don't think it's about one thing. I don't think it's about Donovan Raiola not being here. I don't think it's about Dayton Raiola not being here. I don't think it's just about one thing. I don't think it's just about the injury or just about the lack of success that he's had so far or just about getting to the NFL or just about winning national championship or just about anything else. It's all of those things combined. And so what you're doing right now, I think if you're Team Raiola, is you're trying to gather options. And then once you have some options on the table, then you evaluate them. And it's very possible that the best one for him and his future development and money and all those things ends up back here at Nebraska. It's possible. I would just say it's unlikely.
I'm sure the staff has said to him, if you would like to be here next year, we would love to have you. We'll give you every avenue to succeed that we possibly can. And it doesn't sound like you got to stay.
They're not chasing him.
You got to stay for us.
They're not chasing him.
We built something here.
So what did, Rule, he mentioned in both of his press conferences since the season has ended, and then before, we know this to be the case, and it's just a general practice in college football. Oftentimes he will, in lieu of, now he's fired 3 assistants, like straight up this offseason, so maybe this is a little bit moot, but he will sometimes allow his assistants the opportunity to find new jobs in lieu of firing them outright.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you take a look around? Why don't you go interview for some stuff? And if it works out, great. It's clean break. You're off to whatever school you're off to. And I don't have to say you're fired. Cool. But if it doesn't work out, you are fired. Like that type of thing. And that's why I think it's important to note what he did with the three coaches that he has fired so far this offseason, for a variety of different reasons. But I almost feel it's a little bit like that with Dylan.
Yeah.
Why don't you go, if you're interested in some other stuff, great. Awesome. I hope you find something and we could all clean break, move on. We'll do what's best for us and you do what's best for you. That sounds fantastic. And if you don't get what you like, then maybe we'll just have to pull the cord and say, you are in the transfer portal, or we'll have you back, whatever resolution they come to. But I don't think it's unfair to suggest that there does seem to be a separation of sorts, right? If they were standing next to each other in the picture, maybe there's one side that's just on this side of the room now, they're just a little bit further away at this point. I don't think that's unfair, and I don't think that's irresponsible.
I would love to have a Pollyannish view of the world like that, where, they haven't said he's leaving. They haven't said he's in the portal. So
we can't talk about it.
So, yeah, I would love to have that worldview, but unfortunately, I do not. And I would actually be more surprised if he stays.
I would too at this point.
Yeah.
I would too at this point. Is it possible? Of course. But I would be more surprised if that were the case. Here's John on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone text line.
Hi, John.
I'm going to call it. Dylan, in the way Rule has handled him, is exhausting. If he comes back, Rule's new attitude of he must get better needs to stick. I think if there's one thing for sure, it's that. If he does come back, it ain't going to be the same. Mm-hmm. We're not chasing you anymore. We're not making this system to be better for you. But also, I think there's a football component in all this too. And once again, reading the tea leaves, reading the writing on the wall, I feel like the moves that Nebraska has made this offseason, the things that they are preparing themselves for, is to have a mobile quarterback next year. is to have a quarterback who could provide a dual threat to you.
Escapability.
A little bit of escapability. I think they're moving away a little bit from the whole drop back pro style, like, several reads and stuff like that. And frankly, I don't think it benefits Dylan to be in that situation either. I think it benefits Dylan greatly to be in a more explosive, big playmaking type of offense. But does he lack that sort of escapability? I think with Nebraska's offensive line coach that they hired, who was coaching the guys who were blocking for Haynes King last year, I think that's a clue. That's a hint. We'll see what they get as far as wide receivers are concerned. We'll see what they get as far as running backs are concerned, what they end up with in those categories. But I do feel like that's what they need, and I do feel like that's sort of the direction that they're heading as well. A couple texts here for the 402. Let Raiola go, and let's go after Sorsby. Oh, you want Brennan Sorsby, an old friend, Mr. Sorsby. Okay. Here's Ryan.
All right.
How's this for a scenario? Ooh, situation alert.
Ooh, okay.
Dylan transfers to Notre Dame. Nebraska takes off with Latif next year. Nebraska and Notre Dame in the first round of the playoff next year. Sign me the hell up.
Yeah.
I don't care who Nebraska's playing in what playoff, as long as they're in a playoff.
If you put that contract in front of me right now, I'd sign it.
I'm signing the absolute crap out of it.
I'm not even reading it.
Yeah. Jeff writes in. I don't know about this. So Jeff writes in, he takes it a step further. He says, if they do bring him back, it needs to be understood that doesn't mean he's the starter.
That's not how it works.
Jeff, I'm sorry. I can't go that far. I think there are new parameters you could sort of put around the attitude of him coming back, but it's not like, hey, you're going to have to go earn your job. If he's back here, he's the starter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if he's somewhere else, he's the starter too, for the record. That's just kind of, I don't know, kind of how it goes. I'm sorry. I get it. People want to do the whole, hey, you got to really earn it. That there's going to be a real quarterback battle. If it's Dylan Raiola and TJ Latif in the quarterback room next year, Dylan Raiola is the winner.
We love thinking
and
America.
he is the quarterback.
Yeah. We love thinking America is a meritocracy.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I and frankly, that's the way, I don't know. It's hard for me to go even super far down that road because I just can't even imagine it. There's no world where he comes back and he loses the job. That's just not, you would be going to get him with the intention of making him your starter, whoever you are, whether you're Nebraska or any other team out there. That's the story.
I'm not writing a check to the backup.
Yeah. End all be all at that point. All right. When we come back, we'll give Mitch Sherman a call and we will have a lively discussion with him coming up on 1620 The Zone. Don't forget to submit your opinion for I Have an Opinion. How do we feel about giving away a couple of tickets to the Creighton game on Saturday?
The Creighton game?
Yes, the Blue Jays.
Wow.
In their powder blue, navy blue, royal blue, all the kinds of blue, but powder blue on Saturday against Kansas State. And so we'll give you some Creighton tickets, possibly, if you submit a good opinion. The All-American teams are starting to leak out a little bit. I suppose this is the week for that, right? All the all-conference teams have been announced. It's Army-Navy week. Are you excited about Army-Navy?
Always. It's America's game.
Do you hate the troops, Josh? You didn't sound very excited about Army-Navy just then.
That was a respectful agree from me that
sounded sarcastic.
That game is the best of us.
You said always.
Always.
You didn't seem very excited about it. Anyway,
it's a serious tone. I don't believe in being jocular surrounding the Army-Navy
troops.
game. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I saw On3's All-American team this morning. So we're looking for the block N to show up on one particular position, one particular player. Here's what it says for running back on the On3 2025 All-America team. It says Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame.
People like that guy.
Then there's a second spot, and it says Ahmad Hardy from Missouri.
What?
Yep. There's the offense. There's the defense. Oh, what's this? Wait, what's this? Late ad. They have something called the all-purpose spot.
Like a flex spot?
The all-purpose spot for the All-American team. That's right. It is Emmett Johnson, running back, University of Nebraska.
Hey.
Now, does he get to do the thing? Does he get to be a Bob Hope All-American where he gets to walk out and they say his name, you know?
I don't know.
They should absolutely bring that back. Have you seen these? You've seen these videos, right? Or do you remember? I mean, you don't remember this.
Not
you Google it right now.
Okay.
YouTube it right now.
Okay.
The Bob Hope All-Americans, and just do any of the years. 1980 something, 1990 something, whatever it might be, or 1970 something, and they have them, and they're in like a staged locker room, and running back, and then here he comes, and he click clack walks off.
This guy's on crutches.
It's awesome. It is awesome. They should bring that back.
I'm looking at the 1983 All-America football team. Oh, look at that!
That's right. Was it Mike Rozier?
No, it was some guy from Baylor.
They're wearing like cleats too. It's like a full uniform.
They're in full uniform, just trotting out to Bob Hope.
It's
So he
beautiful.
can say their name.
It is beautiful. They need to bring that back with like Ryan Seacrest or something like that. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, I would. Yes, I want this. Let's bring this.
Seriously, I mean, who would do it? Who is this
Who's
day's
our Bob Hope?
Who's Bob Hope today?
Yeah, Ryan Seacrest is a good one. Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon's All-Americans.
Guy's jersey is see-through. I can see his back.
Oh yeah, the mesh jerseys, they're big time. Bob Hope died in 03, by the way, 100 years old.
100 years the same birthday as I love Bob Hope.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe our late night talk show hosts are either A, controversial, or B, too uncontroversial. And maybe that would be the answer for who's the Bob Hope. So that is pretty cool.
What about
somebody says YouTube comments, David says Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell? Okay.
Will Ferrell's All-Americans.
He does like ball.
There would be too many comedy bits that are mixed into that.
I just want you to be a little funny.
Just a little. I mean, Fallon could do it.
Yeah.
Fallon could be funny for 5 minutes. He could have quips.
I don't want
Does he
Fallon
know
to
about
be the answer, though.
Does he know about sports, though? Like, do you kind of have to know a little bit about sports, or do you have to be completely blind to who these people are? Like, what do you want in that situation?
I want him to know the stars.
Chris says, this is going to be hard to do considering Bob Hope is dead. Yes, Bob Hope is dead. You're not going to do, but you still call Ryan Seacrest New Year's Eve Dick Clark's rockin' New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest. Just call it Bob Hope All-Americans with Jimmy Fallon. It's the same concept, same idea. But you get Emmett Johnson rolling out there. Maybe he'll do a TikTok dance.
Oh, you could take like 3 of the All-Americans and like, okay, who was Bob Hope? And then,
Great question.
And then they ask him.
They do not know who Bob Hope is at all.
And oh, you idiot!
I bet you're surprised that you even that I even know who Bob Hope is.
A little, yeah, yeah.
It would be such a good bit, though. I don't think anybody would get it, but it would be a very good bit. Anyway, Emmett Johnson, all-purpose on 3 All-American. Just for your records here, Josh. Caden Weechen, returner All-American.
Reaver.
Not surprising there. A bunch of Big Ten names on this list. Diego Pavia is the on 3 All-America team quarterback.
Whoa.
Yeah. We got to get Diego Pavia out of college football.
Guys, we have to stop.
We
This man must be stopped.
We have to get him. He's going to be sitting there in the Heisman thinking he's going to win it on Saturday. I'm going to be triggered.
He played in the 2021 JUCO National Championship game.
He cannot be allowed.
He can't keep getting away with this.
Todd writes in.
Todd.
At 1620 The Zone, Carson Daly All-American.
Carson Daly could do it.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I might throw my support behind Carson Daly All-Americans.
Yeah, because I don't need it to be about the host.
No.
I need it to be about...
But enough of a personality, like enough.
Right.
And Carson Daly's got that. Carson Daly's doing the Today Show?
That's right.
These days?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Texture says Key and Peele. Do the Key and Peele All-Americans.
Would
clack,
watch.
Click, clack, clack. At least the players would probably know who Key and Peele were.
Yeah.
That'd be helpful. They might know who Carson Daly is. The Conan All-Americans. You could do AI Bob Hope, the Bob Hope hologram All-Americans. A lot of good options.
I'd watch either of those.
A lot of good options. You know what? Let's just. I was going to do this Notre Dame topic, but let's just save it for a little bit later since we were short on time. We will try and catch up with Mitch Sherman in the 1 o'clock hour. Like I said, we ran into that thing where he's a little bit busy right over this time. So let's take a break. Josh will have the odd news, and don't forget to get your opinions in. I have an opinion coming up in just about 15 minutes. We'll be back after this on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Upon further review, the host point is good. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
Football season is in full swing, and however you like to get in on the action, you can do it on Underdog right now in Nebraska. This season, you can make team picks and player picks. Just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Using Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win or if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Plus, with Underdog's ultra-fast payouts, you can get your profits in a snap. So, Download the app today. Use promo code 1620thezone to score $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks, team picks, all on Underdog.
Crypto.com predictions powered by Underdog Predict. Trading derivatives involve risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit natick.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For Crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on CDNA. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
All right, Josh, it's time for the odd news. What do we got?
Well, we're going to start in Florida. We usually end in Florida. I'd like to start there today.
All right.
After crashing a stolen BMW yesterday, a Florida man denied swiping the wheels, explaining to cops that he was actually teleported into the vehicle, according to an arrest affidavit.
All right, just fast forward to the meth part, okay?
Let's see.
No, I'm just kidding. Keep going.
Investigators allege that Calvin Johnson, not that one.
Whoa.
36 years young.
Oh, he's probably about 36.
Someone check on Megatron's age. Took the 2018 BMW convertible while the car's owner was walking his dog at a nearby
40.
park. Okay. I'm 40. Johnson, cops say, rummaged through the unlocked BMW and found the keys in a cup holder. Wow, that's moronic. In short order, Johnson, driving over 100 miles per hour, crashed the car in a single vehicle accident. Passing motorists extracted him from the totaled auto. When cops arrived at the crash scene, Johnson told of his purported teleportation and made a passing reference to the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Told officers, "You saved me from the aliens." Wow. No drugs.
Unbelievable. They didn't test.
He has an extensive criminal record, which includes convictions this year for trespassing, obstruction, loitering, resisting, and grand theft. He stole a very expensive bicycle. Asked why he stole the bike, Johnson answered, "I just felt like it."
Okay, so he's just like an expert crime committer.
I don't know if expert's the right word.
Well,
but
he's just committed so many crimes that he ran out of excuses.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I did.
I teleported the aliens, that whole thing. Just take me to jail.
Yeah.
I don't really have an excuse. Just take me to jail.
I'll be back on the streets in 24 hours.
Yep. By the way, we are coming up on
butt sniffer release
Blood
day.
sniffer guy will be out of jail in like 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Okay.
For actually 3 weeks from Friday.
Okay, something to look forward to.
That'll be on the one one day that we're back for that week. That's going to be a fun show. I can't wait until that show.
Yeah, if you want us to talk about anything serious, too bad.
We'll have a lot to talk about, but
will.
there'll be too much.
Too much. We go to Wisconsin, where newly released body cam footage shows the moment 2 teens in Care Bear onesies were arrested in an abandoned hotel in Wisconsin. The incident originally happened on November 11th, and we're just now hearing about it. Local police said the 2 were caught trespassing in the vacant Radisson Hotel.
Oh, the Radisson.
An officer is heard saying in the body cam video, "That's really weird. What are you guys, Care Bears? Yeah, all right, this feels really weird. Well, you're trespassing. Yeah, it's going to feel weird," the officer is heard saying.
So, mean arresting a Care Bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 teens were part of a group who scattered inside the hotel when police showed up. Officers searched floor after floor, clearing dozens of empty hotel rooms before eventually taking 7 teens between the ages of 16 and 19 into custody, many of whom were dressed as Care Bears.
Many or all? 7 teens?
I have at least 2 dressed as a Care Bear.
Care Bears were so big back in their time.
Yeah.
Which was bigger, Care Bears or Build-A-Bears?
Ooh, I'm going to go Care Bears.
Yeah, Care Bears are probably bigger, but everybody was going to those Build-A-Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was getting a Build-A-Bear.
They'd have that one day where it was like,
dude,
hey,
I went
it's
to
a
the
little
mall.
cheaper today.
I went to the mall, and the Build-A-Bear thing was out the door. Out the door. I haven't been to a mall in so long, though.
It's a mall a couple weekends ago.
I was considering going to a mall during this Christmas shopping season.
See Santa?
I don't know what I'm looking for, but I just want to kind of feel the vibe.
You want to see the decorations, see what's up?
Yeah. What's going on in there? I haven't been in Westroads in years.
That's the one to go to.
Is there anything?
They opened a Toys R Us at the bottom floor.
That's right. They did Mega Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Well, is it just the bottom, or is it all 3 of those levels like the Forever 21 was?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Because yeah, that was their big secret. That was their
Secret
big
project.
secret project.
We can't tell you about it.
Toys R
Well,
Us.
you normally
Bring back Tilt. Bring back Tilt.
Maybe that's next.
I just saw that yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of them taking a wrecking ball to the Crossroads. 5 years, Josh. 5 years. It's been a pit,
and it
still looks the same.
It's advanced so much beyond a pit.
Well, there's just
a mound of dirt.
I will say the big pile of dirt feels like it continues to get bigger, and there is at least a pile of dirt. But it took probably 4.5 years to get the pile of dirt there.
Remember all those road closures to put dirt in a pile the right way? Just incredible progress by the developers over there at Crossroads.
Aaron says the Toys R Us has 2 levels.
2 levels.
So the Forever 21 was all 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Something else happened with the top of the top. 3 levels of toys.
What happened at the top?
I do like stores where there's escalators in the stores.
And it
feels cool.
It's peak calendar store.
That's
season.
right. I haven't been to a calendar store in a long time.
I guess Austin was the one who loved a calendar store.
I was with him on it though. I support that.
Finally, update to if you find yourself at an In-N-Out anytime soon.
I don't think I will.
They
well, people are going to Vegas for the Vegas Bowl.
You generally take a number, they'll shout out the number, and they'll give you your food. Like, yeah, I'm number 12. Yeah, here's my
That's
ticket.
pretty normal.
Pretty normal. In-N-Out has removed the number 67 from its ticket system.
So I saw a video where there were the whole restaurant, maybe it's in response to this. The whole In-N-Out was full of children. Apparently, this is a place where people go after prom or something like that, after homecoming.
I was in Utah a couple of months ago. We went to In-N-Out at, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Prime time.
Full of
Prime
children.
It was like Raising Cane's that one night I went to it after a high school football game.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
I was appalled by what I
Place
saw.
to be.
Jam-packed, completely full. And obviously, everybody's just gathered around the thing. So when the guy comes up and he dings the bell and he goes, order number 67. Yeah.
He said it.
Now, did they really have to? Did they really have to remove it? I mean, was it really that bad? Was it causing a problem?
People Magazine, your source for news, confirmed with a Los Angeles employee on Tuesday that the burger chain officially removed the number from its system last month. The report came after several videos on social media featured young people erupting in chaotic cheers at In-N-Out locations when the number was announced. We have taken 67 out of our system, so whenever we're taking orders, it goes 66 to 68 because of people like you, one employee told a young man in a video.
Don't even freak out when they do 69 anymore.
I'm glad you brought this up. The employee noted to people that the number 69 has also been removed from the system for a similar reason.
What the hell? Come on, let the adults have their fun too.
Yeah.
You kids like 67, we like 69.
I don't know if I told this story. We were at one of the Creighton games. I don't remember which one. It's not important to the story. But Creighton landed on 67 points, and my kid went nuts. And after he went nuts, I said, I'm sorry, everybody around me. He's 6, okay? Like, this was going to happen.
And then they scored
Creighton
2 more
gets another
points.
basket
Yeah.
and gets to 69, and the adults look at my kid and go, what, nothing? They were very discreet about they didn't say 69.
Thank you.
They were like, what, nothing?
Yeah, you didn't teach your kid about 69, Josh?
No, I didn't, guys.
But he knows about 6, 7.
He does.
Okay. Last night there was a double dribble in the women's basketball game. You don't see double dribbles a lot.
And the hand sign.
And yeah, it's 69 or 67 reversed.
Yeah.
Right. It's the palms up. And I looked around the crowd. I saw some people doing this.
Okay.
Everything gets ruined these days by 6, 7.
What's next? Whoa!
Breaking news out of baseball.
Hello.
By the way, get your opinions in for I Have an Opinion coming up in just a moment. According to many, but I saw it first here from Breaking News Passing, first baseman Pete Alonso and the Baltimore Orioles are finalizing a 5-year, $155 million contract. Oof, Orioles are gearing back up. And the Mets have lost both Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso over the last 2 years.
Oh, no.
You hate to see it.
I do hate to see it.
We'll be back. I Have an Opinion coming up next on 1620 The Zone.
At J-Tech Construction and Solar, they do it all. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and solar. As the official exterior and solar experts of the Huskers, they take pride in protecting homes and powering the future. J-Tech is hiring. They're searching for motivated sales reps in Omaha and a front desk superstar to join the team. Great pay, uncapped commissions for sales reps,
This is the I Have an Opinion song. Haven't done an intro yet. Need to get on that.
Yeah. All right. It is time for I Have an Opinion. Let's produce a show over the air real quick.
Yeah. Would love to.
What would you like to do with Mitch Sherman? He
I'd love
says
to talk to him.
He says not 1 o'clock, probably no. Could do 1:30, little late.
Little late.
Or could do tomorrow. Could do tomorrow. When do you, the listener, want to hear from Mitch?
Do you feel comfortable in having enough to talk about if we talk to him tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow it is, I will say. All right. We have produced. We have taken care of it. I have an opinion. It's a very, very complicated game. But if you know, you know. There's many ways to get in touch with the show, whether it be 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You could also text that number as well, or Twitter at Happer Show, at Connor Happer. On the JTech Instructions Zone Twitter feed, or email Connor or Josh at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank inbox, or comment in on the YouTube stream. You will leave an opinion there. You will leave an opinion there. And you will say at the beginning of the opinion, you will make a declaration. You will say, I have an opinion, like Abraham Lincoln in that meme. And then you will state your opinion. Then you will send them to us via whatever platform, that one of those platforms that I just mentioned, and then I will read them. And then maybe after the show, Josh will look back and say, I liked that opinion, or I enjoyed that, or we got a lot of run out of that opinion today. I'll call this person and give them Creighton basketball tickets for Saturday. That's the direction for today. Would you like to start somewhere? Do you have anything?
I would like to start. I'll start on the YouTube stream.
Okay.
The
Give some
chat.
love to the YouTubers.
Sal.
Hey, Sal.
I have an opinion. Apples are the best hand fruit. Variety, fairly clean, good texture, reliable.
Now, is he saying best tasting hand fruit, or best fruit to eat with only a hand?
Oh. I hadn't thought of that.
I think we have to be a little bit more specific, because I would take an orange over an apple, but it's way less convenient. An orange is significantly less convenient than an apple.
You gotta.
If we're going for speed, if we're going for efficiency, if we're going for something that tastes good enough that I could, that's an apple, no doubt about it. An apple, or I don't know. You ever take a bite out of a plum or anything like that? You eat a plum. It wouldn't be that for me, for the record. Banana.
Okay, banana.
Banana. Yeah. But then there's the orange, which I believe the orange tastes better than the apple. But there is some work that goes into the orange. You have to unpeel the orange. You might have to cut the orange. The orange is quite a lot messier than the apple.
Yeah, you're going to have to wash your hands afterwards.
Right. You will need some sort of a napkin, or maybe even a bib. The orange might smell. So, just to make my opinion clear, I prefer the orange, but I know that it is less convenient.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Wow. Didn't think we'd talk about apples that long.
I got opinions, Josh.
That's what this segment's all about,
I got
right?
opinions.
We got a pair of opinions from Seth yesterday in the email.
Seth. Seth sent us a picture yesterday of himself on the front page of the Journal Star.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Seth has an opinion. I have an opinion. People need to start turning left on left turn arrows much more aggressively.
Yeah, absolutely.
When the arrow turns green, let's punch it and get as many cars through as we can.
Yeah, no.
We don't need to leave a 40-foot gap between you and the car in front of you.
Correct.
We are on the road. Can we all just get to wherever we want to go to with a little urgency?
The answer obviously is no, because we've seen this time after time again. I mean, nobody really, people don't have the it's either the common courtesy or like the spatial awareness to understand, okay, I'm going to duck out into this intersection. The light is turning yellow, and I think I'll just go, because I'm going to go. I'm going to make it. There's no car that is going to hit me coming in front. So I'll just roll in, and I'll make a calm, leisurely turn.
Mhm.
What they don't realize is there's a person behind them who would also appreciate making that light. It has a decision to make. And so they don't care about the people around them, is what I'm trying to say. Not that you should all the time, right? There's a give and take with that. There's a push and pull with that. But yes, with this, I would like it if people, just
it's okay. It's okay to say
maintain. It's very easy driving. It's very easy. Just don't be on your phone. Maintain a safe distance from the person behind you. Don't hit the brakes at any random moment, and turn when do what the light tells you to do. If it's green, you go. If it's red, you stop. If it's yellow, you got a decision to make.
Driving home last night, 5:15, maybe 5:20. So past dusk, but not dark yet.
Okay.
But
tough time.
We're getting there.
You can't really see during that time.
Black car behind me.
No lights.
No lights.
Yeah.
What a psychopath.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, old crappy car too, not one of those. Well, they're on auto. I don't know how to control the headlights.
Dude,
this was very much.
It's been
you're doing the work.
When I do these basketball games in Lincoln, I'm driving home in between the hours of almost exactly every single time during the weeknight. It's between 9 and 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody out on the road, and every once in a while, probably once or twice a season, there's a person who I will pass on the road or I'll come up to on the road who does not have their lights on. It is pitch black on the interstate.
Whoa.
Like if that person is lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
Every single time. I don't understand it. I don't understand how they don't know. Don't they look around in their interior in their car and say, "Hey, what's going on? These lights aren't really lighting up."
I can't
see anything.
I can't read my speedometer,
Yeah.
and I can't see what's in front of me.
You got to think something has gone wrong here, but they don't.
What radio station am I listening to? It's not lit up.
They're probably just on their phones or something. I mean, that's usually the answer to all the things.
Good God.
It's bad.
But I said I had a pair of opinions from Seth. Here's the one yesterday. I have another opinion.
Okay.
It really ticks me off when I am streaming the show on the app and the broadcast just randomly shuts off. I go back into the app to start the show again, and it goes to commercials when I know you were not on a commercial break.
Josh?
Yeah.
You are Mr. App.
Okay.
You are the director of audio.
I'll take that title.
Fix it. Why do we just randomly go to commercials sometimes?
It starts with an ad. Everything starts with an ad.
Yeah.
It's
but then why does it
pre-roll
in the middle of the segment? It just like goes to break. I don't know if that's the case. I listen on AM radio.
Well,
and on
Seth
YouTube
is talking about a show or a game streaming on their television.
Oh, I thought he was talking about us. I thought he was talking about 1620 The Zone. Was he not?
I thought he was talking about a app, not the app.
Oh, okay. Got it.
When I am streaming, it really pisses me off when I am streaming the show on the app. So you were right.
The show,
The show, yeah.
The show on the app.
show on the app. So
Yeah.
he's talking about us.
That's us.
Well, I mean,
Which is you, buddy.
I don't know if that's me.
Basically, Seth's opinion. I have an opinion. You suck.
Oh no, Seth.
All right, here we go. Let's go to the text line.
Yeah.
Couple from before. Tom in Cincinnati.
Hi, Tom with an H, not that Tom with an H.
I have an opinion. The two worst songs ever recorded in the history of humankind are Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. Disagree, by the way. And Paul McCartney's Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas
That's
Time.
the one. That's the one.
And I don't share that opinion. It's not a song that I want to listen to, but it's not the worst song recorded of all time. And Tom says, we're subjected to hearing them on incessant repeat for 2 months straight. We can make Christmas time merrier and brighter if we make it a capital offense punishable by 30 years hard labor at the North Pole for anyone who plays either song at any point in the year. Ho, 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 and bah humbug. Go Army, beat Navy.
Hey.
That is an opinion.
Go Army, beat Navy.
I'm actually really good with. I'm good with Mariah Carey.
Yeah, it's definitely overplayed.
100%.
But it's a great Christmas song.
I can deal with it for this month. I can absolutely deal with it for this month. And then the Paul McCartney one is just like in one ear and out the other. I don't know. I have no opinions on that song. It just sounds like Paul McCartney singing a Christmas song, and like I don't know, it just doesn't do anything. For me.
So you know how like music is dead, and
I do.
The Billboard Top 100 is just whatever people are streaming now.
Okay, now I have an opinion about this.
Okay.
Yes, but say what you're going to say.
The number one song in the country is "All I Want for Christmas." Is by Mariah Carey. It's been on the chart for 76 weeks.
Yep.
Number 2 is Wham's "Last Christmas."
No, I know. So
number 3 is "Rock Around the Christmas Tree."
Here's
number
my
4
opinion.
is "Jingle Bell Rock."
Here's my opinion.
Okay.
So I like to go to when I listen to music. I like to go to Spotify and I go to the charts. I like to see what the people are listening to, what's popular right now.
You always know what. Yeah.
Anytime Taylor Swift has an album, it's the first 15 Taylor Swift songs on the album.
Number 6 right now,
and it's all the things. But then once Thanksgiving hits, it all goes to Christmas music, the most popular songs. So on Spotify right now, on the top songs USA, Brenda Lee, "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree," "All I Want for Christmas Is You," Mariah Carey, "Jingle Bell Rock," "Last Christmas," Wham, "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year," the Christmas song, "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow," and then Taylor Swift's "The Fate of Ophelia" is number 8. And then that stupid K-pop Demon Hunter song is 9.
Yep. There are only 4 current songs in the top 20 right now.
Yeah. Tough times throughout this month of December. We just got to bear it.
Yeah, you just power through.
Brian writes in.
Hi, Brian.
I have an opinion. John Bishop is doing his best to call games for a team he's mad at. He sounds like he wants to punch them all in the face. I don't think he wants to punch any Creighton basketball players in the face. I think he gets mad at its circumstances a lot. Yeah.
There is something to working for a perennially great team that is in a down year.
Yeah. It's hard to swallow.
You don't know how to handle it. You're straight up not having a good time. And
vibes are bad.
It's hard to deal with.
Vibes are bad. When the vibes are bad, the vibes are bad. Here's Blake Show, 402.
Hi, Blake Show.
I have an opinion. The new Toys R Us will be my new favorite liquor store in 5 years. Well, I'd say less than that, Blake.
I don't know if you put the liquor in the mall like that.
Here is Jed.
Hi, Jed.
I have an opinion. Today is an excellent day to be a raccoon. Trash is everywhere right now.
Oh, yes. Good take. The
big trash everywhere day.
The front of my house littered with leaves and plastic bags and shooter bottles from other people's house. I don't have any leaves. My trash is locked up. I don't know where all
shooter
of this
bottles
came from.
in your trash can. What's up with all the shooter bottles?
I drink full liquor bottles like a big boy.
Who drinks shooter bottles at their home?
We live on a corner lot at the entrance of a neighborhood, so they're off. You get something from the gas station, I imagine.
Some blow-ins.
You're just pitching it out the window.
If you're just sitting at your house drinking shooters, I don't know. Something's going on there.
I believe they buy them at the gas station, consume them quickly, and then by the time they get to the entrance of the neighborhood,
they toss
them out of their car, which happens to be on my yard.
Get rid of the evidence. Yeah, that sucks.
It does.
I'm sorry. Here is Jim and O'Neill.
Hi, Jim and O'Neill.
I have an opinion. People that like to point out that potatoes and tomatoes are not vegetables are the worst.
Okay, I don't know if they're the worst, but we all know.
Potatoes not a vegetable. Tomatoes not a vegetable. It comes and they say all this things. Like, I don't care. It's a tomato. All right. Don't ask me whether a tomato is a fruit or a vegetable. My answer is I don't care.
Great opinion.
I have an opinion from the 402.
Hi, 402.
The Nebraska men's basketball PA announcer stole Connor's 3-point field goal where he says the field goal call where he says the player's name and he says 4 and then shows up for the audience to finish it. It was only a women's games that you heard it until it caught on, and the men's announcer stole your bit. I just want that acknowledged. I don't believe that's true. I had one I don't know if it was like an edict. I don't know, but they made it clear to me when I got that job that it was just something that you do at the women's games. And if I'm not mistaken, the guy JP, who does the men's games, was doing the women's games before I got there, right? And so I actually don't think that's the case. He just continued on the tradition to the men's games.
Oh,
I don't know. I think that might set the record straight. That is my recollection on how that went. If I had it my way, by the way, I would not do the 4. I think that's kind of corny.
Oh, okay.
But I do it because
now we're getting into the real stuff.
It's tradition. It's tradition.
Tradition's important.
Tradition is important. Pedro writes in.
Hi, Pedro.
Hi, guys. How can I text you guys? I usually do it at a stoplight. He's saying like, I need to not pay attention while I drive. I have to text you.
Got to fire off these takes to Happer show.
That's fair. Tyler says, I have another. Double opinion. Here we go. I have an opinion. Blue Mountain State is the best TV show of all time. Your mom would even approve. My mom would not like Blue Mountain State, for the record.
I can almost assure that, yeah.
But Blue Mountain State was good. Definitely not one of the best TV shows of all time, or the best TV show of all time.
There's a time in
but
your
I enjoyed
life
it.
for Blue Mountain State.
I may have even rewatched it. I may have watched it twice.
A BMS rewatch.
It was good. It was good. I liked the show. It was funny.
Okay.
Thad Castle. He's crazy. And now he's what? A serious actor.
A thespian.
Yeah. And then Tyler says, I have another opinion.
Okay.
People driving around without their headlights on are always up to no good, probably.
I hate to put a blanket around people like that, but yeah, absolutely.
Probably. Here's Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I have an opinion. We need to have songs for every holiday. Where's my song for Flag Day? Where's my song for Arbor Day? Let's get some catchy music going, folks. And then it could top the charts, and it could take over your charts on Spotify every single holiday there is.
Every Arbor Day.
But do we do it for like Happy Mashed Potatoes Day, or do we only do it for like the federal holidays?
I think you got to do federal. There's a holiday every day.
Exactly.
Multiple.
Exactly.
I want to read this opinion from Travis in the YouTube chat.
Hit me.
Along the lines of our Christmas music conversation, I have an opinion. It's a Wonderful Life is the actual worst Christmas movie. A movie that bombed when it was released, and people have been Stockholm syndromed into liking it because it was free for networks to air.
I've never seen the movie. I have friends who swear by it. I have friends who swear by it.
But he is right about how it became a Christmas tradition. It
was shoved down your gullet.
The studio thought so little of it that they were like, yeah, sure, you can air it for free, whatever. Yeah. And then people were like, oh, they play this every year, so it must be the Christmas movie. And it caught on, and it grew to what it is today with Jimmy Stewart, and now being featured on Sportsmanlike Conduct's Movie Club.
Speaking of songs that are for holidays, Sam says the CBS March Madness song is pretty Easter coded. That is true. Although I don't know when Easter is ever. When is Easter ever?
Well, it moves. It's
a
moving target.
It does, but it's like it's such a wide gap. It could be early March or early April. That's a whole month.
Now, this year, you're going to go Final Four, Easter, National Championship game.
Wow.
In 3 days.
Now, that seems relatively normal, right? So that's early. Like, I would say early April is the what I would generally like, tab Easter for. But it could be like sometimes they tell me at the beginning of the year, they're like, Easter is actually March 15th this year.
Well,
Easter is before St. Patrick's Day. And I say, how is that possible?
Here's the next 5 Easters: April 5th, March 28th, April 16th, April 1st. That's going to be confusing. And April 21st.
Yeah. It's so far. That's 3+ weeks.
It's a wide swath of dates.
It really is.
Yeah.
And they don't have, there's no rhyme or reason to like when it goes, And that's why like when it's Christmas, it's like, all right, Christmas is on a Friday this year, which means Christmas is on a Thursday or whatever it might be, No. It's very confusing.
It's 40 days after
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know about God. Okay. But it's I'm trying to figure it out with my calendar.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
How do I know if it's going to be early or late ahead of time?
You don't.
I don't.
I mean, you do. It's planned in the future, as
Sure.
Josh just mentioned, but you don't. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to it, except for God. It's in God's hands.
Poll question: do you know God?
It's in God's hands. Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Follow up to opinion on the worst songs. All I Want for Christmas is not the worst song. It's the most insulting. Starts off by saying she doesn't want a lot for Christmas. Then later in the song, you find out that you is the not a lot that she wants.
She just wants me,
Bill.
man.
That's right. That is really insulting. I really thought about that.
I don't want a lot. Just
I
you.
don't want a lot for Christmas, but actually you. That means
Am I not a lot? Mariah?
I guess I'll just take you. That's a great point by Bill.
Really sounds like you're settling.
Very condescending. John writes in, poll question: if you're doing shooters at your house, is something going on?
I'm not doing them at my house.
I'm just saying
they're being pitched out the window.
But
at
if
my
you
house.
if you did have shooters at your house, like booze shooters, fireball shooters at your house, something might be going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Follow up on the basket. Okay, there's a lot of follow ups on the basketball 3-point thing here.
Okay.
Here's from the 402. That's not true on the 3-point thing. Been a PBA thing since it opened. Season ticket holder here. Okay, so hold on. John says, wait, Connor's call the women's basketball games is scripted. Well, no, just when they make a 3, that happens. So I don't know. I actually don't know the history of it. All I know is at the beginning they were like, hey, we do this thing, and it's like you say 4 and then they say 3, and it's just been a thing. I've never tried to change it. I've never done anything different.
That's why the Chiefs guy quit.
I'm scared to. I don't want to.
The Chiefs guy was like, I don't do that.
Oh, yes, you tell me what to do. I will conform. I will conform.
Wake up, sheeple.
Conforming Happer. Alex in Omaha. I have an opinion of the tomatoes as a fruit. I have a question for the tomatoes aren't a vegetable guy. When you buy a fruit and a veggie tray at a grocery store, which tray is going to have tomatoes on it? That's right. Shut up. All right. Ryan says,
I like the passion.
I have an opinion. Tradition is not that important. Tradition limits innovation and keeps you where you are. See Nebraska football. I generally agree with that sentiment, but I'm not. I don't feel like it's my spot. I don't feel like it's my place to change it. I'm not just like midway through my 9th year going to stop doing it.
If you don't have a revelatory idea for something else to do, why not just keep the thing going?
We're midway through our 9th season. It's not going anywhere at this point. Okay. The next guy, whenever that might be, the next guy, the next girl, whoever does it, maybe they could start a new
great
tradition.
idea. What about a female play by
I will
PA
not
voice?
tell that next person. I will not say, hey, look, you got to do this. Maybe they will, but so whenever that happens, maybe you're just rooting for me to not be that person anymore, and then we can get a new tradition started.
Maybe that's what they're actually saying.
It's possible. Aaron, I have an opinion.
Aaron,
I have come to the conclusion that Top Golf sucks. I love golf, but Top Golf sucks. It's not fun to watch bad golfers. It's expensive. The clubs and balls suck. It's the ugliest looking thing in every town. It sticks out like a bastard child. It was cool for about 2 minutes, and those 2 minutes have passed us by. I was actually reading a story or watching a news story about how Top Golf has seen this very, very steep decline. They got in too many cities, and now there's all these spin-offs of Top Golfs too, and nobody goes back for like a second and third time. And so the Top Golf thing it was a huge fad, and it's really, really struggling.
Well, they used to be very picky about what cities they would go to, right?
But now they're in every city.
And if you don't have a Top Golf, you have a Top Golf knockoff that everyone calls Top Golf, whether or not
golf.
X
golf.
It's Bucky's driving range
Golf
or something.
Golf.
Yeah. But everyone in town calls it Top Golf. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently those type of entities are struggling.
I enjoy it. I mean, I only go maybe once a year.
I think I've been to Omaha's Topgolf twice.
Yeah. I've been to the bar more than the.
It's been open probably
the
4 or 5
driving
years
room.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been twice, and I'm the person they're trying to get. Like, I'm a golf guy. I like golf, but I like their food. We got to get a big group together. It almost has to be like an outing.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. It's got to be a thing. It
Yeah, a
can't
whole
just
deal.
be. It's Saturday. I don't know. You want to go to Topgolf?
Aaron, it's tough times for the Topgolfs of the world. Brian.
Hi, Brian.
I have an opinion. I would much rather listen to the Chipmunks Christmas music than ever hear Mariah Carey or Paul McCartney ever again.
Whoa.
They are not bad songs, but I've heard them enough to last me the rest of my lifetime. Really? Really? I don't think, Brian, you mean that. You would rather listen to Alvin say, I'm a black a hula hoop. You want to listen to that more than Mariah Carey's beautiful voice? That's ridiculous.
If there was a radio
you do not want to
station-
listen to
yeah.
the Chipmunks.
If somebody played Chipmunks 24/7 as like a bit, the police would be called.
1180 the Chipmunks.
1180 Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Is that in our rotation over there?
It is. That song is in the. It is over there. Yes, I've seen it. I've heard it.
Is it sound better on AM radio? Just like everything does?
It has to.
I would imagine so.
They would come to the building with pitchforks. Not, oh, that's funny, like old timey. No, they would come to the building with flaming torches.
Pedro writes in.
Pedro.
Hopefully you're driving safe out there, Pedro. Hi guys, I have an opinion. Get rid of the troll dolls. They're dumb. I don't.
Pedro, I don't know where you're seeing a bunch of troll dolls.
John says, "Oh, you're gonna not do your email opinions today? All right, calm down. Calm down. I'm getting to it. I saw that my email inbox was just filling up, so here we go." John.
Oh, John.
John, see, here's the problem, John. You don't say I have an opinion. It just says headlights is the subject. People driving around with their headlights off are the ones that are drinking shooters in their car and throwing the empties on Josh's lawn.
Damn right.
That might be true. Seth says Miracle Hills has a Topgolf knockoff called Top Tracer. Yeah, I think I'm going there coming up in a couple weeks here.
Oh, the Top Tracer building.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Watch some college football. Hit some balls with my bros.
Whoa.
Drink some beers.
What a day.
Yeah. Brian says Carney is getting a Topgolf knockoff.
Yeah.
All right. So we've reached Carney. Is it time to end it?
Feels like it, yeah. Because and see, that's a sneaky, like, you can't turn that building into something else. It's not like,
I know.
Oh, that dentist office used to be a Pizza Hut.
They
Look
gotta
at
just
it.
level it.
Yeah.
It's just over. That's what remember what Topgolf, the space that occupies Topgolf in Omaha now was? Car dealerships.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a bunch of car dealerships. I go, what are they going to do with all the car dealerships? They just did what they've been doing for decades around here, which is move them further west down Dodge.
That's right.
Remember when Baxter used to be at 120th and Dodge?
120th and Dodge.
Yeah,
right
it was
there.
a great time.
You need a
and
car?
then they moved it out to 180th and Dodge. Soon enough, all the car dealerships will be at 250th and Dodge.
Matter
They'll
of
be
time.
in Wahoo.
They're building
They're
them
gonna
right now.
build a Topgolf over the current Greg Young Chevrolet.
And a strip mall that has many empty bays and one Chipotle.
John said, okay, I got to find John's email. Hang on.
Give John his credit.
Say I have an opinion somewhere.
Did he send it to me?
I have an opinion. Here it is. I have an opinion. This is from 10:42 in the morning. The first time it gets truly cold for the year, when someone inevitably says to you, cold enough for you, it should be completely legal for you to punch that person right in the face or throat.
This is a great take.
Hey, I do that all the time.
Cold enough for
I
you?
do like the other way, though. Like
Hot
if it-
enough for you?
Yeah, I go, yeah. You know, you throw in like a staying warm, stuff like that. Yeah, I like making a funny quip that also is topical and everybody's experiencing the weather, right?
Or the guy who on a day like today or something like global warming.
No, it wouldn't be that.
I'm not even offended from a political standpoint. I'm offended from like that's not funny.
It's not a good joke.
It's not a good joke standpoint. I don't care. Whatever you think about global warming is fine. It's not funny.
Sam says on Twitter, people are real grumpy today. Yeah, I have an opinion to sort of turned into like I have a complaint.
Hate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Which is, I mean, that's your opinion too.
I imagine in the next couple of weeks, it'll be a little more jolly.
Hot Danger says, I have an opinion. Connor has to name the last time he spent a night in Kearney before using it as a reason to cancel something.
Okay.
All right. So I went to a radio. It was like a radio, like engineer seminar conference thing. Because I was in a position where I needed to learn more. Ended up being very unhelpful.
Imagine that.
I know. And this was probably, I'm going to say 2019.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say 19. Yeah, 2019.
I went to Kearney
Mark and I went out there and we just listened to some old guy talk about radio engineering for like 2 straight days. It was nuts. But we had a lot of fun in Kearney. We went to Flippin' Sweet. We went and got some beer at the Thunder something, and yeah.
I believe the last time
it was at the
UNES
Conference Center.
Ooh.
We stayed at the Econo Lodge or Motel 6 or something. It was so bad. Sorry, Kearney.
I went to a wedding in 2005, and I had to stay a couple of days in Kearney.
2005.
Yeah.
Wow. The White Sox won the World Series that year, Josh.
Now they have the number 1 pick.
Brent says it's not so much the heat, it's the humidity guy. I mean, that's true, though, guys. Come on. You know?
That's like tomato, potato. We know, okay? We know.
Text for the 402. I have an opinion. The having fun yet guy also deserves to be punched in the face. I'm also that guy. I do the having fun yet thing all the time. Like we're in the middle of a tense situation in a basketball game or something like that. And I'll turn to the person next to me. I'll walk by him. You know, I'll walk by, like, you know, Creighton's in a tight game with Nichols or something like that. And I'll walk by Marcus Blossom and I'll say, having fun yet? You know, it's funny. It brings levity to the situation. Okay. Having fun yet? Sorry.
Situationally dependent.
Pedro says, hi, guys. Connor, you should do a karaoke of the Chipmunk Christmas song. I would donate money to hear that.
Donate money.
Ryan says, I have an opinion, Festivus. Well, I have an opinion equals Festivus. Well, Festivus will be our final day at work for a little while, right? The 23rd?
That's right.
That would be Festivus. So
it'll be a Tuesday.
It'll be a Festivus for the rest of us. All right, we'll be back. Some spare opinions and more from you all coming up on 1620 The Zone.
does it the only way he knows how. With his massive sports brain sprinkled with a smidgen of rabble-rousing. Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash is coming to Liberty First Credit Union Arena on December 31st. That's New Year's Eve, Josh. Right after the Las Vegas Bowl. So maybe if for whatever reason you feel like punching something or watching people get punched.
There you go. They don't let you just punch people.
On New Year's Eve, for whatever reason, after probably about 5:30 in the afternoon, you could just head right over to Liberty First Credit Union Arena and watch AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash. And if you enter online at 1620thezone.com right now, you could win a 4-pack of passes. Spare opinion from O-Trips.
Hi, O-Trips.
Tweets at Happer Show. I have an opinion. Sports are pointless. It's been a banner couple days for the Creighton burner. There's been a Creighton Twitter civil war basically over the last couple days. Have you seen any of this?
No.
Yeah. So the burners are very angry, and they're just very angry
about their blood rival.
They're mad about that, and they're just mad about not being very good. It's uncharted territory for some people. And then there is I believe what the burners are calling the old heads or the blue hairs, maybe. It sounds very familiar. It's very interesting. They are like, you guys need to chill out. Like, trust the plan, trust the process here. And Josh, I wonder, would you be an old head or would you be a burner in this conversation?
I'd probably be an old head.
I think I would be too.
Platcat says if you're under 25, the sky is falling. If you're an adult, you understand highs and lows. He adds, I've been called several times.
So is the new thing, like, if you say everything's going to be, or you just say like, hey, just like chill out a little bit, you're officially unk as it pertains to Creighton basketball?
See, that's the data I
think I am unk. I'm big unk then.
You would definitely be big unk, yeah.
I'm big unk because people have been telling me all these players stink. And I'm like, no, they don't. We actually have a lot of evidence to say that they don't stink. They just kind of stink with each other right now. That's all. They have played a difficult schedule. So, Hot Danger, by the way, says unk is chopped. People are saying that.
People are saying unk is chopped.
Well, unk is, chopped means, messed up, right? Bad. It's like the old version of Chopped and Screwed. Remember Chopped and Screwed?
I remember Chopped and Screwed.
Remember the Chopped and Screwed songs?
Yeah.
Those songs sucked.
They did.
Those were horrible.
I didn't know what we were doing.
I didn't know what we were doing. Why did we do the Chopped and Screwed songs? That was it was like right after we needed something to do after auto-tune.
Mm-hmm.
Auto-tune took over hip hop, and then people got sick of auto-tune and they started doing Chopped and Screwed, which was just auto-tune, but like random notes jumbled into a non-rhythmic pattern, and that was Chopped and Screwed.
I'm on the Chopped and Screwed Wikipedia.
Yeah,
page.
what does it say about Chopped and Screwed?
Chopped and Screwed, also called Screwed and Chopped, is a genre of hip hop and technique of remixing music that involves slowing down the tempo and DJing. It was pioneered by DJ Screw and became a staple in the Houston hip hop scene in the 1990s.
That's what Chance says. Yeah.
But on the tab to the right, where it's that little gray box where it'll tell you like, okay, this is kind of what you're looking at. This is some offshoots of it. One of the other topics is codeine.
Yeah.
I just find that rather presumptive of Wikipedia.
It's very interesting. Talking about the perp.
Yeah.
Perp drink.
Perp drink.
That was a time too. People were doing the perp.
Lil Wayne almost died at Epley.
That's true. And he wrote a song about it, for several songs about it. I always find Lil Wayne was always talking about the times in which he almost died, but like One of them was a car accident, and the other one was like he overdosed on codeine. I'm like, that's not usually what they rap about it when they almost die.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we should probably get off that subject. All right. Let's see. Oh, here's Joey.
Hi, Joey. The Joey man?
No, different
Okay.
Joey.
Okay.
Tweets at Happer's show. Topgolf is the Buffalo Wild Wings of, hey, our city/town made it. It might be. What is the smallest city to have a Topgolf?
I like this question. I'm going to find out. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Omaha's what? Market 70 something?
Mm-hmm. Find a Topgolf.
If you assume that every market before Omaha has a Topgolf, at least one. There are several markets with multiple. Omaha's got to be pretty close to the bottom. I can't imagine they were still building a whole lot more Topgolfs after the Omaha Topgolf opened. Yeah. We don't feel like they're really expanding much anymore.
Now I got to be careful here because they're going to do I've never heard of that city. Well, it's actually a suburb of this gigantic city that you have heard of.
Right. So give me one that you haven't heard of.
Fishers, which is a suburb of Indianapolis.
Fishers, Indiana. Isn't that a Chicago? Is that a Chicago? That might be. Is it Indianapolis?
It is.
Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Grand Prairie,
Texas.
Yeah.
Yep. That's like in the Houston, Dallas.
Houston, Atlanta.
There's
Vegas.
A lot of people that live in that area of the state.
Is Waco smaller than Omaha?
Definitely.
It's got to be, right?
Definitely. Waco's smaller than Lincoln.
But there's a lot of money there.
Well,
right.
Colts,
Avon.
Things like that. What is it?
Avon.
It's
730 miles away.
Connecticut?
I don't have a.
No, 730 miles away can't be Connecticut. Colorado? Anyway. People said Waco. And then Baptism by Fire says Huntsville, Alabama is the smallest.
New Braunfels?
New Braunfels.
810 miles away.
Why does it only tell you how far you are away?
I don't know.
That's in Texas.
I thought this would be easier. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Augusta
has a Topgolf?
It does.
Oh, the humanity.
Do they love their Topgolf or do they hate it?
They would have to hate their Topgolf, right?
I would think so. King of Prussia.
Travis says Topgolf just got bought by a private equity. It'll be trash now.
Whoa.
There's stuff going on with Topgolf. Aaron says Portland, Oregon was in Hillsboro, which is the suburb next to Beaverton, home of Nike, which is next to Portland.
Okay. I just got there. That's 1380 miles away.
Jeff says Sioux Falls has an off-brand Topgolf across from the Pentagon. Yes, they do. I was up there in March for a baseball game, and I said, "Oh, they have fake Topgolf here? Sioux Falls may have made it."
Well, Des Moines. Is Des Moines the smallest? Maybe Wichita has one, apparently.
Wichita's pretty small.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Now we have a clear direction on the way the Topgolf is headed. Let's take a break. We'll round out the hour. I have an email that I'd like to tell you all about.
Oh, okay.
Notre Dame AD. There's a lot of different stuff going on. We'll be back. Plenty more to come on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone. Did you hear about the newest fun in the Notre Dame saga? All right, so
I don't know. Pampers is coming out with a new Notre Dame line.
Funny, that would be good. They should do that.
Yeah.
More social media accounts should be making fun of Notre Dame over the last couple of days, but I digress. Gene Wojciechowski of ESPN, formerly of ESPN?
Is this the St. Bonaventure Woj bomb?
No, Gene
Or-
Wojciechowski.
Okay.
Gene, remember, I'm
Yeah.
Gene Wojciechowski.
Yeah, the
ESPN. Whatever. So he tweeted out this morning that Ivan Maisel was supposed to have a book signing on the Notre Dame campus. Ivan Maisel, on the college football playoff committee, was supposed to have a former writer Ivan Maisel was supposed to have a book signing on the Notre Dame campus.
That's why
previously
you're
scheduled.
saying it in past tense.
Well, he says, Gene Wojciechowski says, just called the bookstore to get info on Ivan Maisel's appearance Friday for his terrific Frank Leahy book. They said the event was postponed, quote, because of the series of events. And apparently, as of now, the bookstore has been guilted to putting it back on. Okay. So they briefly were going to cancel Ivan Maisel's appearance at the bookstore because he's on the college football playoff committee. And now they have been guilted into uncanceling it.
But
The
is
first ever guilted into uncanceling.
Is it safe for Ivan to be there?
Good question. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. But that's the latest in the old Notre Dame saga of it all. Speaking of, we had another thing on this yesterday. Pete Bavacqua, Mr. Bavacqua, he went on a variety of different shows, saying a variety
Every
of different
show.
things. And one of the things that he was trying to get across was, yes, they did lose to Miami, but also after they lost to Miami, they went on, quote, one of the most dominant 10-game runs in the history of college football.
That was a quote I took issue with yesterday.
That's what he said yesterday. All right, let's check. Luckily, we have people who will keep receipts and will check on these things, like our dear friend, radio guest, way common radio guest around here a long time ago, and I believe he is going on the afternoon show today. I feel like I saw John tweet that out. Our old friend Dave Bartu.
Dave.
I would call Dave Bartu, and he would just be in his truck driving around somewhere talking about college football analytics and CBD and stuff like that. What? Why was he pinging?
Sipple drives his truck. And
Oh, yeah.
It's pinging.
Okay, gotcha. So he looked this up, and he's got his stats. He's got his analytics. He says Notre Dame did not, in fact, have one of the most dominant 10-game runs in the history of college football. They actually had the third most dominant run this season.
Oh.
They had the third most dominant stretch of 10 games this season. So, in fact, it turned out that it was not one of the most dominant 10-game stretches in the history of college football. It shouldn't surprise you to hear that, especially considering they didn't beat anybody in the college football playoff top 25 during that period of time. And most teams in Indiana and Ohio State this year won on average by more points and played a harder schedule during that period of time.
Yikes.
Also,
they beat USC.
Notre Dame lost to Miami at Texas A&M. Then they went on a 10-game run.
Yeah, they played 12 games.
More easily translated, they went into a stretch of their season where they were done playing good teams and they were only playing crap teams.
Yeah, but they hung 70 on Syracuse.
This I know what people say, like, this is such a bad look for them. I get pulling for yourself, and I get making your case, and I get politicking, but like, I don't know. They're
And I
taking it too
understand
far.
their beef of
Yeah,
hey,
the
we
rankings are
were
screwed
in
up.
we were in last week. We're not
Totally.
now. We didn't play a game.
They need to do away with the
yeah.
stupid ranking show.
Yeah, you're correct in that.
They're right. But like it's over, man. You didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Easy for me to say sitting in this chair, but boy.
There's some evidence that shows that maybe you were not one of the 12 deserving playoff teams.
Yeah, it's funny. Like the more information they put out there, the worse it gets for themselves. It's like, oh yeah, I actually see why they chose those other teams now. One more thing before we take a break here. Our dear friends at White and Blue Review have just gotten some nice new pictures. Brad Williams, shout out to Brad.
Oh, I love Brad.
He went and took a look today at the Chuck Box. What's going on downtown at the Chuck Box?
Whoa.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I know the people over at Mecca are very excited about this. The ballpark looks fresh as a daisy with its side-to-side ribbon board all the way. It's a lot of ribbon, Josh. A lot of ribbon board.
I can't get there quick enough.
Down, all the way down to all the way down throughout the entire bowl, the face of the bowl, and the new. But by the way, both scoreboards are new. The right field scoreboard is now fully digital as well. It does not just have. It doesn't have that bottom part where it's like, it's scoreboard and then the rest of it is a video board. The entire right field scoreboard is new, and in that beautiful hole in left center field where it looks like a scoreboard should have been for the last 15 years, there is now a scoreboard. There is now a video board.
Where are you seeing this?
At White Blue Review.
Okay.
At White Blue Review.
White Blue Review. Okay, that's where I was.
Mm-hmm. Twitter. It's looking good. Look at that ribbon board.
Why don't I see this?
I don't know, Josh. I'm not sure. Was it deleted or something like that? I'm not sure. But I'm looking at these pictures right now, and they look outstanding. Congratulations to all of our fine folks at Mecca.
It's been a long time coming.
And I will also have you know that they have upgraded cameras. So, this might be a small thing for you if you're listening to this show. If you happen to be watching a Creighton baseball broadcast on ESPN Plus this spring, which hopefully you do, you'll either hear myself or John on all of those calls likely. And you will see the difference because the cameras will be better in both of the camera wells and in the batter's eye. And during the College World Series in the summer, they will have better in-house camera operations and stuff like that. The whole control room is redone, and then not to mention the cosmetic stuff from the outside, which is the ribbon boards and the brand new video boards.
Will they have better umpires?
The Chuck Box actually looks like it is a modern day ballpark now. It just doesn't look like it's a shell of a modern day ballpark that is.
They stopped building 3/4 of the way through.
That's kind of what it has been.
Yeah, we ran out of money.
That's kind of what it has been. Yeah. Yeah. No updates on if the umpires will be better.
Okay.
But hopefully I will get to yet again take my tour into Operation Control Central this summer. I do. I think the guys, I think Jim or Bill or whatever his name was, I think he might have retired.
Is there a job open?
The head of umpires? Would you like to be the head of umpires for the NCAA baseball?
Oh, I could do that.
I don't think you could, Josh. Could you sit out there in a suit? I can't remember his name. Jim? Something like that. Whatever. He's the guy who sits out in those seats right behind home plate wearing a suit the entire time. And he looks like the sweatiest man on earth.
Yeah, I think I could do that.
No, you couldn't. You would die.
I'd tell my guys, hey, you need a thicker skin. Let that guy yell at you for a couple minutes before you toss him. It's the championship
Okay,
game.
that was bad. That was bad. That guy wasn't even a college umpire, really. He was banished from Major League Baseball. Happer's Beam guy writes in,
Hi, Happer's
a
Beam guy.
second scoreboard has hit Chuck Box. That is right. So I hope everybody will watch some Creighton baseball games on ESPN Plus this spring. Come visit some Creighton baseball games this spring, and then enjoy the splendor of it during the summertime at the College World Series. It's right around the corner,
It
folks.
really is. We're halfway there.
Right around the corner. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
Headley writes in on YouTube, instead of watching Creighton baseball, can Josh just kick us in the balls?
Whoa.
That is not a fair trade.
Yeah, why would you say that and do that? You don't want that.
You would much rather watch the Big East regular season and postseason tournament champions and second place finisher in the 2025 Fayetteville, Arkansas regional.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, that's
I ran the
you were
board
one of
for
the
that
final 32 teams in the NCAA tournament this year. You're telling me you would rather get kicked in the nuts than watching that beautiful sport with that beautiful team with those beautiful jerseys? Ridiculous. Bad take by you, if that's the case. Got an email, Josh, earlier. You know how much I love emails.
You get so many emails.
Here is what today's email that made me feel some type of way said. It was a press release from our friends at AAA.
Oh, no. Hi, AAA.
AAA says, year-end holiday travel. What do you think? What are the next?
The busiest holiday travel season ever.
Year-end holiday travel expected to, what are the final 3 words of that sentence?
Be the busiest in history.
That's not 3 words.
Oh.
Set new record.
Okay.
Set new record.
Tomato, potato, fruit, vegetable.
Over 9.2 million from West, North, Central region among 122 million Americans traveling this holiday season. That's right. AAA is projecting that 122 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home over the 13-day year-end holiday period from December 20th to January 1. That is a 2.2% increase over last year, surpassing last year's record of 119.7 million travelers. We've done it again, Josh. We are traveling.
Holiday Road.
Congratulations to America. You've set yet another record. The top destinations for this winter travel season are Orlando,
Christmas at Disney World,
Fort Lauderdale,
I don't Christmas at Waffle House. I don't know.
Miami.
Do you in the playoff?
Anaheim / Los Angeles,
Christmas at Disneyland,
Honolulu.
I mean, come on, Hawaii,
Tampa,
Christmas at Raymond James,
New York. Christmas in New York. Come on, it's special.
Home Alone 2,
Maui,
Hawaii,
Dallas,
Christmas at Jero World.
That one I don't really understand. And then number 10 is Las Vegas.
Las Vegas Bowl.
Which some of you may be listening to this show right now will be part of this record travel season until Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Bowl. Does this make you excited, Josh?
I mean, I'm not going anywhere, so
are you excited?
I'm going to Amarillo next week, but
traveling is back. Yeah, you are going to Amarillo next week. Amarillo by morning.
I was singing that this morning, Connor.
You were?
Yeah, but those are the only words of the song I know.
Did you ever figure out if you are taking the PJ or not?
There is a plane involved. Yes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't. Wait, this isn't. They don't own me. I can say whatever I want on this.
That's
station.
right, Josh.
Yeah, there's a plane involved. We're flying.
You didn't tell me any more information. There's a plane involved.
Charter.
It's
not a PJ. I'm told it's a big plane.
So that means you're coming back right after the game, right?
Unfortunately.
Are you going to be at work the next day?
No.
That is disgusting. Josh.
I will be either.
That's what the PJ is for.
I will be sad or drunk.
The PJ is to get you back here so you can continue to do your job. That's why people buy PJs.
I think we rolled in at like 6 a.m. last time.
Yeah, just come to work.
And be sad or drunk?
That could be funny. So what's that? Next Wednesday is the game?
That's correct. Yes, a week from today.
When are you leaving?
Monday.
You're going to be gone all week except Friday.
That's right.
And then you're going to work 2 days the next week. And then you're going to work 1 day the next week. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
My holiday break schedule is changing. I don't know to what, but I'll be in the building between Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
In some capacity.
You'll be in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Be in there a little bit. All right. Tim, got a tweet from Tim. This is about Nebraska football. We can get back to that.
Finally, the real issues.
By the way, back-to-back National Coach of the Year, Kurt Signetti.
First guy to ever do that? Did I read that tweet correctly?
Yes. First to win it in back-to-back years.
Wow.
And one of 5 to win it multiple times.
Wow.
Joining
Is this a relatively new award?
Gary Patterson,
No.
Nick Saban, Bob Stoops, and Joe Paterno.
Well, that doesn't count.
You don't get to. Do you have to give back your awards?
See, that's the thing. They only make you vacate the wins, but not of like the other stuff. I think they should make let's really do this. Let's vacate everything. If you earned it, of course.
So, congrats to Signetti. He's in the club with Joe Pa now.
Joe Pa, Kurt Signetti, handshake meme.
Tim writes, he says, just saw some info on quarterback from Old Dominion.
Old Dominion.
Entering the transfer portal seems to be one that would work great with Dana's offense. Thoughts? I know nothing about any Old Dominion quarterbacks.
No, I'm not.
You're not interested?
Let me grind some tape.
Are you interested in any Old Dominion quarterbacks? What kind of quarterback do you want, Nick?
Boy,
let's open this up.
Okay.
What do you want?
If Nebraska signs the quarterback from Old Dominion in the transfer portal, don't we all kind of collectively roll our eyes and go, Old Dominion? Really?
I don't know, but then people will probably turn on the tape and they'll be like, ooh, he kind of got some juice.
Flash.
Yeah. So I don't know. And I do think they need a quarterback with some, like I said, they need a quarterback with some pop, some sizzle.
I like what you said yesterday.
Razzmatazz.
That provides a spark.
Yes.
I don't know that Dylan ever did, and I don't know that TJ often did.
You could make the argument that Dylan, now that we're sort of talking about him in the past tense, sorry.
That's right. It's okay.
Like Dylan kind of served his purpose,
elevated the profile of the program.
I think so. Brought some attention to it. Helped it get off the ground in terms of some players you were able to attract, and
got a lot of college football pundits to say the sport's better when Nebraska's good.
Yeah,
got a lot of them to say that.
Ideally, he would have been better and won more.
Correct.
But he did serve a purpose. Dylan's time here was not wasted time. I don't think it was not wasted time.
I don't think so, but boy, it's closer than it ever should have been, right?
It really is. Now that I say it out loud, I'm like, actually, it kind of does feel like a waste of time now.
He probably feels like it is.
Maybe. What do you think? Do you think we'd be talking? Somebody asked me about this the other day. How would we be talking about it had he not been injured? Do you think the conversation changes at all? If he's not sitting on the side with a broken leg right now and scooting.
How'd the Iowa game go?
They still lost.
Okay.
They still lost because their defense got run over in both games.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, I don't think it changes that much.
I don't think it actually does.
Because they still would have got steamrolled by Penn State and Iowa. And they still would have beaten UCLA.
You would have played in a bowl game, potentially. Maybe you jumped in the because the portal doesn't open until 2 days after the bowl game.
He's not in the portal because he's injured. Well, he's not in the portal.
Well, he's not in the portal because the portal doesn't exist right now.
Yeah.
The portal is closed. You cannot actually enter the portal right now unless you are playing for a team with a coach who got fired.
I don't think it changes that much.
I don't think so either. But I do think they need a little bit of razzmatazz. They need somebody with a I don't know. And I really think, and I tried to talk myself out of this the entire season because I don't believe it has to be one way or the other in order for Nebraska to win football games in terms of the kind of quarterback that you need to have. Like, I don't think Nebraska's singular lone path to be able to win football games at this university is to have a dual threat, like run capable quarterback or even run first quarterback. I don't think that. I think Nebraska could have won. I think they could have done a hell of a lot better with Dylan Raiola.
Nobody calls Ben Roethlisberger a dual threat quarterback, but he has escapability.
But I do think,
and that would have helped if Dylan had that in his bag.
See, but right now, though, Josh, like for them right now, I actually do think it has to be. I think it kind of has to be a dual threat. Not just in terms of the way they're building it for a football team. I just think they need a dude to go out and make some plays for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's what I want.
And
you asked me earlier what I wanted.
All of that just fell on Emmett's shoulders this year.
Which that's a tough ask from your running back. Hey, go make a play.
Really, really hard. Really hard. So I just think they need a quarterback who, things break down. That guy's going to go, grab one for you.
Yep.
And, carries the team and puts them on his back. It's funny because I've been kind of fighting against this for a long time. I mean, I was at the forefront of saying, I just think they put too much on. I think Scott Frost put too much on Adrian's shoulders, and it kind of collapsed from these. But I do think they need right now. I think they kind of need a quarterback centric, quarterback first, quarterback star offense. While the other stuff gets better around, playmaker type of guy.
Hokey Skur in the chat.
Okay. Hi, Hokey Skur.
Hail Mary pass against Michigan. Game-winning drive against Maryland. What more do you want, Happer? Absolutely garbage segment.
More than a Hail Mary before halftime against Michigan. I'm not saying that Dylan was bad or is bad. I'm not saying that Dylan is bad.
He underperformed.
Yeah, and I think some of that is his responsibility and some of that is not, and so this has no bearing on whether he's a good player, very little bearing on whether he was a good player or not. I think Dylan was fine. I just don't think Dylan is what Nebraska needs right now. I think Nebraska needs a playmaking, run able quarterback. A guy that you can get. I think they need a guy who you mentioned this before, Josh, but needs to have some escapability on him. Needs to have taking 9 sacks in a game is just a really hard look.
Now that was a game where nobody on the team showed up. So
correct.
Is it okay?
I'm not. This is
maybe we'll just look at the 7 he took against Michigan.
I just think it's this is not me saying Dylan was bad. Or Dylan is bad. I think Dylan could probably go off to somewhere right now and have a bunch of success. And
I think he will.
And likely will. Yeah.
And everybody will go, why couldn't it work at Nebraska? Look at him over there. He's doing great. It's not a good match. It doesn't fit.
It's a great retrospective, off-season topic that, we could really, really look back on. Why didn't it work? What happened? And or do you just disagree with the sentiment entirely, like Hokey Skur? He's just saying it did work. Because I don't know, man. I don't think after these 2 years you could say it worked. I don't think it worked.
Hokey Skur adds he had 2,000 yards. He would have been on pace for 3,500 by the end of the season. I don't know about that.
Okay,
that feels a little high, but if he doesn't get hurt, you guys throw stones at a kid who is hurt and can't defend himself. Is their inability to pass protect?
I don't think he's bad. I'm not throwing stones. I don't think he's bad. I just don't think he's what they need.
Yeah. It's not a good fit. It's not a good match.
Once again, I'm trying here to put more on the shoulders of the Nebraska coaching staff over the last couple of years as well, because I don't think they knew really what it would take to put a machine around him that was good enough to make him good. I don't know if they truly knew what it took to be able to put the apparatus around him that was good enough to let him flourish with what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I've always said he could have gone to Georgia, had that talent around him right away. And then it's an easy game, right? But Nebraska is not good enough A to Z, top to bottom around Dylan Raiola to be able to do what they were doing without it being a real struggle. And it was. That's why I thought they did a disservice to him over the last couple of years by not tailoring the offense a little bit more. I think they should have made it easier. I think they should have made it less reads. I think they should have made it, quicker throws and less long dropbacks and multi-layered throws and reads and stuff like that. I think they could have made it way easier. So I think there will be a retrospective on did we do enough here? But you can't do it now. I mean, you can't, or maybe you don't ever have time to do it. But you could see now what Matt Rule is doing. He sees the writing on the wall. He sees the decisions and the problems that he is faced with, and he takes action on them. And I think all of the decisions so far that have been made as far as the coaching staff is concerned would lead me to believe that they're moving in a different direction. They're planning on moving in a different direction.
Now Hokie Skur has put himself in the Sipple camp of there's no smoke. Why would you say there's smoke? Why are you pushing him out the door? I would say the scheme failed, the receivers failed, the O-line failed.
There's not smoke.
That's what Hokie Skur says. You sit there saying he's leaving when he's never once given an inclination that he was leaving. Hell, Sipple even went on USC yesterday and said there is no smoke there.
Look, man, Hokie Skur is, I think you're just, like, I'm sorry, but I think you're just hearing what you want to hear, and you're closing your ears off to everything else. I'm telling you that they shopped him last winter, and they're shopping him again. That's the smoke. Not to mention his brother decommitted and his uncle got fired, and they changed the offensive line coach who was his uncle. And like, if there's no smoke, then your fire alarms don't work.
Oh no!
Like, I'm sorry,
you got to check those every 6 months.
That thing has been beeping, and you're just ignoring it. Okay.
Not to make this segment about one person, but I'm using Hokie Skur as a proxy for the audience. So don't think we're like personally attacking you, Hokie Skur.
No, seriously. I mean, I'm but I hear similar things. Like, what are you guys talking about? I haven't heard anything like this. I mean, well, that's why you listen to us, I guess. I mean, to help you give a better picture and understand exactly what's, the picture of sort of what's happening here. If you don't believe me, if you don't trust me, then that's fine. Trust Sipple or whatever. But like, that's happening. It was happening last year, and it's sure as hell happening right now. So I don't know. I don't know what else to. I don't know what else to say. If you don't believe
so
us.
when he doesn't leave, I hope you like crow with a side of crow, Happer.
If he doesn't leave, I'll say this: if Dylan Raiola ends up being Nebraska's quarterback next year, I will be surprised. And B, I think that's a tenable situation to work through with a different attitude coming back.
So okay,
right? That's okay. You can live with it. But I just don't feel like we're pointed in that direction. I'm just telling you where I think we're at right now in this moment in time.
It's not untenable if both sides are willing to have open and honest communication with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 2 years Dylan's been here, it sure doesn't seem like the coaching staff has been able to tell him the truth.
Yeah. Or tried to tell him a different truth or something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're doing great. It's our fault. We're putting too much on you.
Quick phone call here from the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Here is Kevin. Hey, Kevin, what's up?
Hey, guys. Appreciate the call or answering said call. So you know how we've been restructuring the coaching staff? It's all been on the defensive end or the defensive side. Defensive line, obviously offensive line is one of them, but it really seems like we haven't been restructuring too much to maybe try to keep him here, or is it just too early in the transfer portal where we're like, hey, we're going to bring in a couple more guys? And going to Sipple's point when he was yelling at Josh yesterday, this is almost a professional sport now. Feelings are out of the way. If he wants to stay here, he's going to get paid. But us not restructuring the offense much more, do you guys think that has any I guess I don't know how to word it. I should have thought about this before I called.
I think I get what you're saying, Kevin.
But all right, so I'll let you extrapolate on that. So we're focusing on the defensive side of the ball more, maybe giving them better opportunity. And then what do you guys perceive as the positives for Dylan staying?
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate the call. I do think they're not necessarily a restructuring of the offense, but they know that they need to kind of go right now, and so a new offensive line coach is a change there. And I hope now this is just a hope. I hope one of the things that we hear over the next several months is that Dana Holgorsen is still here, and that Dana Holgorsen is going to run Dana Holgorsen's offense next year. And Matt Rule will drop this whole, like, we have to protect the defense and run this drop back pro style Dylan offense and stuff like that. Because I think Dylan, I think it'd be a positive for Dylan, assume if he's here. It'll be a positive for Dylan to be in a little bit more of a fast paced, up tempo, take some shots, type of offense. I think it'd be a positive for him. So that could be one of the things, but I don't know if it's much as a restructuring, certainly not from the public eye, a restructuring of the offense. As much as, fine tuning and then finding out the things that you do well and working with them. And that's one of the things that's, as I said before, that is one of the things that you could do better with Dylan. Understand his strengths and understand his weaknesses and then use them in this offense. I'm not trying to kick him out the door. I'm not. I hope I'm not sounding that way. I'm just guessing, I guess, at this point, and smelling a little smoke, I suppose. Pedro writes in.
Hi, Pedro.
Says, hi, guys. Your hate for Dylan is so weird for me. He has done nothing but be a great Nebraska player. Maybe with new offensive line coach, he could be great. He wants to make Nebraska a great football team, just like his dad's team. I mean, are we too hard on Dylan? Is that the point? I mean, are we too hard on Dylan?
Well, there were quite a bit of expectations coming in.
It just hasn't been. I don't know. It hasn't been consistently good enough. That's all.
I always, when people ask me this question, I don't know why people ask me on the streets about Husker football, but I always say, "What's his best throw?"
Like what in a game is his best throw?
Yeah, what's a singular best throw? What's his best highlight that you think of?
I don't know.
I think of the UTEP game, his very first game.
Yeah, possibly. Ben writes in.
Hi, Ben.
He says, "This is what you saw the last 2.5 games. What you're looking for?" Well, not as far as the results are concerned.
No.
Not as far as the results are concerned.
This isn't a Tiffy thing.
No, I'm not. No, great point. Thank you for saying that. I'm not. This is not me being a Tiffy.
Yeah.
I think Nebraska would probably go, if they lose Dylan, they probably go into the portal and they get an established, kind of
door number 3,
playmaking, kick the door down type of guy.
What's Phillip Rivers going to do next season?
He'll be the coach for a high school team somewhere.
We could get him that. Would you like to coach Millard South and be the Nebraska football quarterback?
He's got eligibility, I'm sure. He only played 100 years ago at NC State.
It's a construct.
The clock restarts at some point.
That's right.
All right, more thoughts. A couple more thoughts from you guys. We got to take a break here. More to come on 1620 The Zone. But first, fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties, they are back. And however you'd like to get into the action, you could do it on Underdog. Right now in Nebraska this season, you can make team picks and player picks. Just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Using Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win, if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Plus, with Underdog's quick payouts, you can get your profits fast. So download the app today. Use promo code HAPPER1620 to score $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks, team picks, all on Underdog. Crypto.com, or crypto powered by Underdog Predict. Trading derivatives involve risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For Crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on CDNA. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing. Get terms _DFS_.html for details. Consider with your play call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncpgambling.org. Kurt Signetti today confirmed that one of his defensive linemen, Stephen Daly, will miss the college football playoff from an injury sustained. Have you seen on the internet how Stephen Daly was injured?
No.
It is uncommon.
Guitar Hero?
So after Indiana won the Big Ten championship game, he went over and was interacting with some fans in the front row, just on the other side of the end zone. And, it was he jumped up. It required a little jump, a little hop up to do a high five. Just a little hop up.
Okay.
And when he came back down, he started kind of limping around a little bit. And apparently he suffered in that moment a significant knee injury is what I'm a serious injury.
Oh no, that's awful.
Yep.
Oh hey,
that's tough. That is tough. So Indiana will.
Disaster!
I thought only good things happened to Indiana. I thought they had to deal with the devil or whatever, but I guess not. Not when this type of stuff happens to you.
Exciting.
Do you have a prediction for Nebraska and Wisconsin tonight in basketball?
I don't.
They are not 62.5-point favorites.
I need to catch me up on Wisconsin basketball.
Okay.
Are they the typical Wisconsin basketball team? They're not ranked.
Basically,
they're 7-2.
Pretty good offense, pretty good 3-point shooting team. I don't know. They
played BYU,
but they don't have although I guess they do actually have Brad Davison. He's an assistant coach at this point. So it's not like
they scored 96 last time out.
Yeah, they got housed by BYU, who Nebraska famously beat in an exhibition. Do you remember that?
I do remember.
They beat Marquette by 20. They beat Providence by 20.
This sounds like this will be a fun pace of play game.
I think Nebraska hasn't been particularly fast this year.
They score some points.
They score some
the
points.
Ability to.
They score some points. That's for sure.
I'll go Nebraska. I'll take Nebraska.
GBR.
What's the line, baby?
Honk honk. It'll be honk honk. 1.5 for Nebraska.
1.5. Yeah, I'll take that.
1.5. The Nebraska-Wisconsin basketball game tonight is the number one thrill score game on Ken Palm for the entire night by a significant margin. So one would say that this is the biggest game in college basketball tonight. Welcome to the center of the universe.
Wow, that is what that says and means. Wow.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Basketball mecca.
All right. Sorry, we got to make that segment a quick one, but
it was a good one, though.
Thank you. It was a good one. We'll take a quick break, and we will get to the polls. We'll tell you what to watch after this on 1620 The Zone. But first, yes, I have a reminder for you about Underdog Fantasy. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties, they're back. And you can make picks and win money right now in the state of Nebraska using Underdog. It's easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get those picks right. You go up to 5,000 times your cash. So take a look at anything on the board this evening. Find some hires. Is Nikola Jokic playing tonight? I certainly hope so, because that's an opportunity for you to play his hires this evening. So, but not this evening. At any evening, whenever he is playing. So you can check that out on Underdog today. Download the app. Use promo code HAPPER1620. Score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code HAPPER1620. Underdog. Make picks. Win money. Must be 19 plus at present. Nebraska terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Consider with your play call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncpgambling.org. All right, we got to get to the poll questions. We just have a couple today. Are you always on bad news alert?
No, that's not healthy. Don't live that way.
72% say yes.
Wow.
Always on bad news alert.
Husker football fans, apparently.
And is an advent calendar too much pressure? No, it's not. It's not.
It's not. No.
51% say no. An advent calendar is what you make of it. All right, those are the polls, Josh. What are we watching tonight?
We are watching college basketball, BTN doubleheader. Minnesota against number 6 Purdue at 6 o'clock tonight.
Bloodbath.
And then the number 1 game in the sport. Most important, most exciting, however you want to frame it. It's number 1, Wisconsin, and number 23, Nebraska. Longest winning streak in the country on the line at 8 o'clock on BTN tonight.
Ever.
Women's college basketball on ESPN at 6 o'clock. Number 11, Iowa at number 10, Iowa State.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Cyhawk women?
Can I ask, I know we got to get out of here. Audie Crooks.
Yes. What are you going to say, Josh?
Are we, when she's on ESPN and ESPN is showing highlights of her, are we marveling at her ability?
Yes.
Or her size?
No.
I think she's a great basketball player.
She's one of the most prolific scorers in the country.
I don't think that's why people are talking about her.
You are doing whatever you want to do.
Okay. Good player. NBA Cup quarterfinals continue on Amazon Prime tonight. I don't know why every other team gets a 2-day layoff and these other teams are forced to play basketball, but here we are. Suns Thunder 6:30 on Amazon Prime, followed by Spurs Lakers at 9. NHL doubleheader on TNT. Rangers Blackhawks at 6:30, followed by Kings Kraken at 9 o'clock. Ride the crack wagon with me.
Nope.
On TNT tonight. And at 8 o'clock on ESPN, the latest 30 for 30. Booyah! A portrait of Stuart Scott.
Yeah, they've been talking about this for like a week
Yeah,
now.
GOAT gets thrown around a lot, but this was the best to ever do it in my mind. 30 for 30 portrays the acclaimed SportsCenter anchor and his battle with cancer during Jimmy V week.
Yeah, they're currently having on Kenny Mayne from a cave somewhere.
That's where he lives. Oh, wow. Whose monitor looks better right now, Connor's or Kenny Mayne's?
No cell reception in the cave that Kenny Mayne is in. All right. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
So we're watching tonight. This is a show. If you miss anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossover is next.